How's it hanging, Phil?
From the front time,
Come and get it! So either put the gun down now, or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror. So, if you've been living under a rock, you might not know the guest I have today. But if you've been anywhere on the YouTube sphere, you know of the amazing The Night Watch Zone. Night, Coriander, how are you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. Yeah. How are you guys?
Ready to
We're
rock.
good. Heck
We
yeah.
are
Good.
so much better now. We are joined by two friends on the panel and a lot of friends in the chat. So
Heck yeah.
Nice.
before we catch up on the chat, Night, can you tell us a little bit about the Night Watch Zone?
Yeah, bro. I mean, we love talking about movies, you know, a big focus on horror movies, just like you guys. And, you know, it's just a fun passion of ours growing up and now having the opportunity to connect with others. It's absolutely dreamlike. You know, I would have never imagined we'd be able to do this on a platform like this, but obviously it's always fun talking with my babe Coriander, and also whenever we can drag him on, we get my brother Killian on there too. Sometimes we gotta drag him, you know, but it's a blast, man. And just being in this community and connected with so many great people such as you guys. I mean, who would ever thought?
Yeah.
Who would ever thought?
Right?
Yeah.
I do got to be completely honest. When you said getting to work with my babe, I totally thought you were talking about me. But you know, I'll let Coriander have this one. So,
You can
Corey,
take it if
tell
you
us
want
a little
it.
bit about what you do at the Night Watch Zone?
You know, usually Night will just, we'll go over things. We'll talk about like things that we want to do, movies that we might want to talk about. I'm just more on the side, sometimes I'll come up with an idea. But yeah, he's the main man. He does it all. I'm just, he tells me when to come on and I'll come on. I might have a list of movies here and there for him for Slasher Movie Club, but yeah,
I
other
feel
than
like
that.
you're being modest.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
I
It's
you.
feel
true
you,
though,
though, see, because
honestly.
with us, like it's kind of the same thing. Like Ashley, she does a lot of the brain work, a lot of the smart stuff, and I'm just the pretty one. So Night, I feel your
It's
pain.
true.
Like
It's true. You are the pretty one.
I'm just the pretty one here. She's the smart one. I get it, man. I get how it goes.
She's being very modest though. She like seriously.
Coria's backbone. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
man.
She is hilarious and comes up with so many great. I mean, seriously, a lot of the best things that we've done come from her ideas. Seriously, and I really do mean that. Seriously.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thanks. But a lot of them are yours too. So
See,
And
that's what
collaboration.
makes a good team.
yeah, and you talk
Teamwork
about
makes
it.
the dream work.
Exactly.
Heck
You
yeah.
work together and you'll always be successful. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Bingo. So real quick, guys, we are going to catch up on the chat. I do got to know, Night, Coriander, do either one of you have honorable mentions for this list?
Man, I actually did have a couple that didn't make my list. I mean, if you guys want to throw some out, I've got a couple, but if not, that's fine too. Because
I have two.
This was an interesting
do too.
list.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you, Corey?
I don't. So
No, that's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
the odd
Sometimes-
man out.
No, stay
Okay.
with your 10.
Yes.
That's your list,
Okay.
and you're sticking with it.
Yes.
All right.
So we'll catch up real quick. For the funniest YouTubers from Detroit.
Aw.
Well, that's a compliment. We love our city and we love being funny. So
We're
you know
pretty
you're
funny.
you know you're getting
Hopefully
the number
not
one
funny
here,
looking.
Sean.
ooh baby, ooh baby, ooh baby, ooh baby.
Singing already, man. Thank you so much for your super chat. It really does mean a lot to the channel.
Mhm.
Tatum says, thank you, Sean, for your support. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi,
Thursday.
Shaim.
Happy Thursday to you.
I keep thinking today's
Hey.
Friday,
I know.
though, for some reason. Maybe wishful
Right?
thinking.
Yeah. Russell, thank
Mhm.
you for hitting that thumbs up. We do appreciate that very, very much.
Thanks, Russell.
Good evening, Adrian. Nice to
Hey,
see you. Thank you for
Adrian.
stopping out. I love how you guys are all talking to each other in the chat. That is so awesome to see you guys interacting.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Hi,
John. Another Detroit guy.
Heck yeah.
There's our little brother Nathan.
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
Nathan.
Oh, Night Watch Zone is how I found out about this channel. Love when you all work together.
Nice.
So look at this. We're
nice.
sharing the love, sharing the family here.
Yeah.
So let's
That's
see what's
right.
downstairs.
Very cool.
What are you doing? What did I just say? Did I just say there's a petting zoo downstairs? No. There are ghosts downstairs, Arthur.
All right, so we will not go downstairs.
I like
Oh,
that.
but we will. We will. Everyone always goes downstairs.
Good evening, Thorn. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Thorn.
Ryan,
Hey, what's up?
what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ryan.
I see a lot of you guys are just talking to each other, and that's so fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, Cal.
Nice to see you, Cal.
Hey.
I gotta say real quick, before we get to this, Cal is a real one. I was going to do some stuff recently. I don't talk about publicly, but Cal reached out to me privately and was like, "Yo, bro, I just want to let you know I love you. I'm here for you if you need, to talk about your medications and stuff." And so just on a personal level, Cal, love you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that very much.
It's awesome.
That's another great thing. Me and Ashley were just talking earlier. The best part about what we do,
Is all the friends that we've made along the way.
right?
Yeah.
We've met a lot just through a screen. Like we've met a lot of amazing people, and this
Right.
community is amazing.
And that's more how do I want to say it? Like more we're more grateful for that than any amount of likes,
Yeah.
any amount of views, any amount of super
Just like
chats,
the
any amount of
friendships
money.
that we've made. Yeah.
When we come here and we see you guys all talking in the chat, you guys have all met and you guys talk to each other through this. Like family and friends are so important to Ashley and I, and every single
Absolutely.
one of you is our family and friends. So it's just awesome to see
Amen.
you guys here all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, if you haven't done, you should be doing.
Yes.
Charles can vouch for that apparently too. And I do have their links down in the description. Tatum, thank you for putting it in the
Thank you,
chat.
Tatum.
They are in the description as well. Katie, how you
Hey,
doing?
Katie.
Hey.
Hey,
And,
Katie.
Hey,
Gory
Gory
Tiger.
Tiger.
Clintonville, what's up, Louie?
Hey, Louie.
Look at that sexy guy.
Oh yeah.
Party
Mm-mm.
time.
Hey, what's up, Strange Monkey?
Hey.
Val.
Whoa,
Nice.
There he
How you doing?
is.
Bye.
Well,
Yeah.
Got a
hi.
lot of amazing people here tonight.
Heck yeah. This is gonna
Shaim.
be fun.
Yeah, we're very, very excited. This is a list that was very hard. Yeah,
Mm.
Marvel tried to contact us for this, but we said we'll keep it on YouTube. Thanks,
Yeah,
Marvel. But we
It's like
got
the
it covered.
greatest
We let them
roster.
down
Yeah,
light,
yeah, let them
lightly.
down lightly. No, we'll take care of it through YouTube, but thank you. Peter, thanks, man.
Aw.
I'm very proud of you. For those who don't know, Peter,
Thank
he
you.
did Roseblood.
Mhm.
He did Vengeance, working on Vengeance 2. He's just an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And he's expanding his horizons. He's just doing so much in his own life that is making it. I'm so proud of you, dude. Like, you've been a good friend of ours for a long time. We are so proud of you. We love you to death, man, and nobody deserves this more than you.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome.
Very cool.
Dice.
Hi, Dice.
Nice.
Good night, Jordy. Thank you for even stopping
Have
in.
a good night.
It's night time across the pond. So
I understand.
Aw.
I tried to take a nap earlier.
what's up, Steve? Tried. I walked in from work and you're
Okay, but listen, it wasn't that long. Like I kept getting woke up, so it wasn't really a nap. Like I would get into like the REM sleep, and then the kids would be like, "Mom," and they would need something. So I was like, "Oh, whatever."
So I get you, because that's not real sleep. So I get you, man.
No,
Yeah.
One mother
That is
to
not real
another.
yeah,
I gotcha.
they
Yeah.
always need something, especially
They
they won't
do.
need me until I sit down, and then they need me. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yes.
Exactly. How old are
Yes.
how are your kids?
So we have a 15-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So we got a variety
wow.
of ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm
Alright,
so
so
lucky I
Slice of
married.
life.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
married my high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Aw,
you know? Like, so we've been
that's
together 18
sweet.
years, and
Mhm.
it's crazy.
Good
We've been
for you
together 18
guys.
years, and in 2 days, it's Ashley's 21st birthday. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, my
You
Yeah,
know,
21st
yeah.
birthday.
21. We're all
Heck
happy
yeah.
for you.
Nice.
If it was 13
I
years
love
ago.
But yes, Ashley's
Very
birthday is
nice.
on Saturday, guys. So make sure you are blowing
Oh,
her up on
happy
Saturday to wish her a very
birthday.
happy birthday.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Happy early
Yeah.
birthday.
And
Seriously.
here's
Thank
the
you.
thing.
You
I'm
gotta
taking her out.
love summer babies.
I'm taking her out to the club
Ooh,
So I'm gonna be the
nice.
geriatric old white guy on the club. Like, you all ever seen the Carlton?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
fun.
man.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Someone get dad bod off the dance floor.
we're gonna be the old people there. Like that's sad.
I'm gonna
Sad.
walk up. Do they still do a DJ booth? I'm gonna walk up there and be like, well, let me tell you what you should be spinning, young man.
They're gonna put the spotlight on you.
They probably won't even let us in. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "You're not allowed in.
Yeah.
You're not cool enough."
They're like,
Oh
"Girl,
my
Listen,
get
listen,
out."
Wait,
Dad.
do you know who we are?
Listen,
No,
listen,
we don't care. Get
Dad
out of here.
bod. Old Country Buffet is down the road. It's dinner and bedtime. Go take care of yourself.
Oh no.
Hey, what's up,
that's too
David? I
funny.
did have
Hey,
a
David.
great Father's Day. Ashley got me a book full of dad
Did
jokes,
you bring
and I
your
did
dad
not.
jokes?
I did not bring them.
Man.
But did you guys hear
Oh.
about those the 4 killer whales that attacked those people out in California? It was 4 killer whales, so they're saying that it was a well orchestrated attack.
Oh my god.
Oh. Dun-dun-dun.
I got him a bad dad joke book for
That was in there.
yeah. And I kicked myself in the butt after I got it. I was
I
like,
bet
this is
you
probably
did.
not. This is probably not the greatest idea.
Especially for me.
Yeah.
And I got a
That plan
card,
wasn't well
Father's Day
thought
card
out.
from Creep Show. Obviously, we watched Creep Show.
Mhm.
So it was a great Father's Day, David.
I
Thank
made
you so
you
much.
steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs for breakfast,
Yes.
my favorite meal.
Woo, that's what I'm
Nice.
talking about. All right.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Honorable mentions are Christine and the Amityville remake. Well, I mean,
All right.
there we go. Let's everybody. I love and appreciate every single one of you that are in the chat.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for being here. But we are going to get started on the list.
Okay.
Hey, internet, Eric here. Nice to see
Hey.
ya.
Eric.
Hey, Patrick, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Patrick.
Hey, what's going on?
Everybody's wishing Ashley a happy early birthday. So
Thanks, guys.
thank you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I love every single one of you, but my 2 honorable mentions are on complete opposite sides of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
My first honorable mention is Ghostbusters. Yes, that is a possession movie. She does get
Ooh.
possessed. Zool possesses
does.
her. So
Yeah.
it is a possession movie. My second one,
Wow.
Hereditary. So like I said, we're going complete opposite sides of the spectrum.
Heck yeah.
Fun, uplifting, goofy comedy possession to a dark, scary, demonic possession because Toni Collette becomes possessed.
Right?
What's his name at the end gets possessed,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son,
Evil
yeah.
demon.
Peter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
possessions in the movie. That's hilarious. Right on cue.
Oh, jeez.
I
man.
knew it.
As I was making this
I
list,
knew
I was
it.
like, Patrick is not going to be happy.
He just
He's-
came in
he's-
to make sure we weren't talking about it.
Right.
You're right.
So last week we did our top 10 haunted house movies.
We
So there
did.
are movies on this list
They're-
that you may say, Ken, that sounds
They're
more like a
kinda
haunted house movies.
interchangeable. Like
They
there's some
are.
that I moved. Like I did the
Yes.
list at the same time, and I moved them like back and forth. Like, oh, I could go here, but really, it could go here. And then yeah, there's some that I'll have to explain why it's on
Right.
here.
So
Right.
yes. So for my honorable mentions, honorable mentions, I have Ghostbusters and Hereditary.
Okay.
What about you, my
All
love?
right.
I have Pray for the Devil. I know a lot of people
Ooh.
didn't like this movie. I heard a lot of
I
hate
liked
on
it.
this movie, but I enjoyed it. I felt like they tried something new. I did get the twist pretty early on though. Like I kind of called it. But you know, thinking about it when you're feeling guilty and down and like that allowing the demon to take you over, like because you're not in your right mind, I guess. I thought that was a good take on being possessed. And then also I have The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Jennifer Carpenter,
Ooh.
like it gave 110%. Like I feel like she made that movie feel so real
Mhm.
with like all of her like expressions and stuff. Like she definitely went the extra mile. And it's only a
Yes.
PG-13 and it's really scary. So
Mhm.
those are my 2 honorable mentions.
Good. Those are fantastic
They
honorable
are.
mentions.
Thank you.
What about you, Knight?
Okay, so I've got for one honorable mention, I've got Devil,
Okay.
which to me was a really creepy ass movie about a elevator where you got a couple
Yes.
people, a handful of people,
Love that
whatever,
movie.
and you have no idea who's who and
Mhm.
what's going on. It's really, really simplistic, but it
Mhm.
scared the crap out of me the first time I saw it back in the day. It's
Yeah.
it's well done. It's
Yeah.
well
Made me
done.
cry.
And like even it's like
I
got
cried
a
watching
couple
that movie.
exactly what
different
you're talking
twists
about.
in it. There's a couple
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
different
couple
twists. Like
twists.
you learn, things about people in the elevator.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that
Great
was-
movie. I always say that's my favorite movie that M. Night Shyamalan was attached to because he didn't direct it.
No.
So I can't
Right.
say it's my favorite Shyamalan directed film, but of any
Yeah.
film, because he was a producer on it. So any film that Shyamalan's been attached to, Devil is my 100% favorite. That's a fantastic choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those movies that when I saw it, I was just like, wow, that is
Mhm.
Yeah.
so well done. But it's simple. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. I haven't
Oh,
seen
I
that.
gotta show that to you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wow.
It keeps you
Yeah.
entertained, which is crazy because they're in this little space for most of the movie.
Well, I'm
but
glad we didn't say the
Right.
twist then.
no, I wasn't gonna say that.
Exactly.
Of course, I'm really glad we didn't say it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to watch
Yeah,
it.
you got to go into it
You know,
blind.
there's
'Cause it-
probably going to be a lot of movies that I haven't seen because, you know, yeah, there was a time in my life where I was with someone who would only watch R-rated movies. So there's a
Okay.
lot of PG-13 I have not seen that it's like, wow, it's
Mm.
crazy that I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
So there might be
Already.
some that I haven't seen.
Well, in the first 15 minutes, we've already found a film for you and Knight to watch. So
Heck
that
yeah. There
that
you go.
works
Yeah.
out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
Right.
a fantastic film.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
It is. It is. It is. My other one that I've got is Drag Me to Hell.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's a favorite of mine as well. It's one of those movies that kind of blurs the edges as far as,
Mhm.
what category you put it in. But I was like, yeah, they're trying to take over people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
People
and
do
it's
get
got that
possessed in
Sam
the
Raimi
movie.
flavor. Yes, they do. The beginning was creepy. It's like, what? It's like, wow, they're going there.
Like it definitely has that Sam Raimi flavor, like the anvil,
Yes.
the arm in the throat. Like there's so many
Yes.
Raimi things in this movie where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I fucking love this so
and
much.
just the
That's right.
end too.
Yeah.
Like you think that one thing's gonna happen, and then
And one of my favorite horror actors
Mhm.
is in the movie.
Yeah.
Justin Long.
Justin
That's
Long
right.
is
I
great.
love
nice.
Justin
Yep.
Long. I love
He's
him.
good.
He
is.
is. He's
So,
so
good. Even if he's a villain. I'm serious. I
Yes.
left Barbarian and for like 3 days I couldn't stop thinking about how bad I wanted to punch him in
Yeah.
the face.
I just feel like
We all
he's
did.
got really bad luck in horror movies.
Yeah. If you see
Right?
Justin Long in it, where's Dice? Where's Dice at?
Oh yeah, she made that.
She made. I don't know if you guys know, but Dice Rowland has a shirt.
Yeah.
That is, I may be white, but I'm not Justin Long in a horror
Yes.
movie white.
Right.
Oh my god, yes, I love that.
Great, Dice.
That's great.
Yes. So, Corey, you said you did not have any honorable mentions, correct?
I don't.
Okay.
I just didn't want to skip you and be a jerk. So,
That's okay.
so we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we actually get into our top 10. No, today is not Ashley's birthday. Saturday
Saturday
is Ashley's birthday.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Have a happy birthday. I hope you do have a great birthday. I hope I don't let you down on the dance floor. Yeah, fun, uplifting horror comedy, and then we have Ghostbusters. Switch
Right?
it. There is no Dana, only Zool.
Mhm.
Subscribe to the podcast here as well, so you guys can do that. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Ooh, thank you.
Gabriel Byrne was possessed in Final Days. There's a little
Mhm.
twist to that, maybe on my list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say
Ooh.
maybe there's a little twist to that.
Ooh.
Honorable mention: Possession.
Dad joke.
Number 7 is Ghostbusters. Hey, what's up, Philip? How you doing?
Hey, Philip.
The Devil's Hand was effective and also starred Jennifer. Devil was great. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Is Halloween
Jennifer's
Ends a
Body.
possession film?
That was a
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
one.
There you go, Jennifer's
Mhm.
Body.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
It is.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
definitely is. All right. Yeah, Knight knows it was his stream on Tusk that inspired that shirt.
That's
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's awesome. There it is,
Oh
right
my
there.
god.
There it is.
They
I
put it
gotta
in
get
there.
this shirt, man.
I
Like,
know,
gotta
it's
get it.
great.
Yeah, that's so,
When I saw
so
it-
amazing.
I was talking to Dice and I'm like, I can't believe you actually made that. That's great. It's like the smartest thing.
When they told us about it, we were just like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
And we need to get
Yes.
this shirt.
That's right.
Okay, so now we're actually gonna get into the top 10. My love, would you like to start us off with your number 10?
Yeah. So my number 10 is The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Oh,
This one was kind of
Ooh.
like
Nice.
very dark because they took like a mental illness, and kind of mixed it with possession. So I felt like it was really eerie and like kind of cross the borders of, is she possessed or is
Is it-
she just like
yeah.
have Alzheimer's and
Yeah.
so it because she was acting all crazy. And so there's like, you know, it could be either or, but you know, her daughter was like, this isn't my mom. Like this is not normal for her. Yeah. So I mean, there's really good jump scares in it, and it plays on the terror of anybody that's dealing with, you know, a parent or a loved one that's ever had to gone through like Alzheimer's or dementia. That's really tough. Like that's heavy.
That's
so
scarier than anything else horror related.
Absolutely.
Losing yourself.
Like not knowing, you know, your loved ones, not recognizing them. Like that's devastating for not only the person, but for their family. So
Totally.
Yeah.
Agreed. Totally agree.
My grandparents ended up with had Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Aw,
and my
I'm
grandmother, she was just diagnosed not that long ago with it. So it's crazy to think that it's like her husband and, you know, Meme are going from the same things. So.
That's hard. Yeah.
I'm sorry that you're going through that with them. That's something that
Pepe was when I was a little girl. Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't quite get it, but with Meme, I totally, you know, it's definitely a terrible, terrible illness that anybody has to go through. Yeah.
Right.
And the family, like you said.
The family, horrible. Yeah.
That's one of my biggest fears. Is losing myself like that. That's a genuine fear.
But you got to remember, it's just temporary, right? Because then once it's over, you're free and you'll be together again. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't remind me. I said till death. After that, she's on her own. After that,
that's what you think. That is what you think.
I'm gonna haunt. Like
I'm gonna be in heaven. Like I said till death. God's like, whoa! I bonded you forever. I said, God, come on, man. Don't you have my back?
What's up with that?
Hey, I'm back.
Nice. Remember those dance moves I gave you?
Oh man.
How about you, Knight? What's your number 10?
My number 10 is Prince of Darkness. John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness.
John Carpenter.
Yeah, man. I love this movie so much. It's so underrated. I think it's just really, really well done. It's got an amazing cast. Anytime I can watch something with Donald Pleasance in it, I'm always in for that. And you've just got so many other great characters. It's got one of the longest opening credit sequences of all time. It's like friggin' like 8 minutes before you even see the first credit come on screen. And you know, it's just in the soundtrack, the music of course is fantastic because it's Carpenter. And,
he's the king there.
I love it, man. You know, and it's the middle chapter of his Apocalypse trilogy. You got The Thing, and then you got Prince of Darkness, and then you got In the Mouth of Madness. So you can't lose.
Exactly.
Nice.
So how about you, Corey? What's your number 10?
So I picked Stigmata. I thought, Rosanna Arquette was great.
Yeah.
No, Patricia. I'm sorry, Patricia Arquette.
Yes.
Was wonderful in this film. I mean, the shit that she went through is crazy, and it was just it's a great possession film.
Yeah. Nice.
I absolutely agree. I am going to go with number 10, the PG-13, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. For those of you that don't know, Ash and I never know each other's lists. So when you said that, I was like, no way, that's awesome. What's even funnier about that is there was a scene in the film where all practically Jennifer Garner did a face and she elongated her face in this weird way, and they were going to give it an R rating. And they fought the board on this for so long, trying to keep that scene in the film. And they said if they did, it would get an R rating because her face was that scary.
Wow.
And I want to see that face.
That's what I said. Like when I was talking, like she did 110%, like all the faces that she made. Like she made it feel real, like feel terrorizing.
Yes. Yes.
I absolutely love the film. I remember leaving the theater with you and we were just like, wow, that was incredible. It was like it was a great exorcism movie, it was a great possession movie, but at the same time it was a great cop story. You know, it was a great detective story. So I was very, very involved in that movie, and it was one that I liked very, very much. So my number 10 is going to also be The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Nice.
So we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we actually get into our number 9. That'll be Night starting us off. Honorable mention is Christine Very good film.
Constantine.
Oh, Constantine. Boy,
Oh.
that third grade was tough the second time. I still can't get this stuff right. 10, Jennifer's Body.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Spell it out.
Yes, I would consider them both possession films. Like I said, when I made my list, I didn't keep some of those on there. Child's Play obviously would be a huge on my list, but
I listen. It's possession.
It's on the
Possession
list.
is 9/10 of the law. So if they're possessed,
Who's doing dad jokes now?
Right?
Oh, no.
Possession of Hannah Grace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to live with this all
Ooh.
night.
Yeah, you are.
Relic is another one.
Mhm.
Christine,
Ooh.
Transformers has nothing on that car.
No.
Yeah, right?
We got a lot of Christine, Truth or Dare. I know that's one of your guilty pleasures. I like that film.
We may or may not talk about that in just a minute.
Hey, what's up, Terrified and Tipsy?
Hey.
Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
Ooh, What Lies Beneath?
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
That's a really
Yeah.
good one.
Wow, I had almost forgotten all about that.
I love that movie so much.
I had that on.
Hmm.
That
We
was
did
on my haunted house.
Haunted House. You did
yes,
Haunted House
I
on
did.
it.
I kept it on that one because
Yep.
I was like, wait, I think I put it, and then I didn't because
Right.
I put it on the haunted
Nice.
house.
Okay. Thank you for your donation, Bronson.
Thanks,
Christopher
Bronson.
Walken versus Sammy Kerr. Walken. I'm
It's
gonna
always
go
Walken.
Walken.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
What about you,
It's
Corey?
always-
Oh, definitely Christopher. Yeah,
Mhm.
all the
Yeah.
way.
Talking to my guy all wrong. It's the wrong tone.
But he's amazing.
Love it. Gabriel Byrne was in Stigmata.
Yes.
It's funny because I was just watching this thing with Dave Grohl. He's the singer of the Foo Fighters. He was the drummer for Nirvana,
Mhm.
and he was
Mhm.
talking to Christopher Walken when they were doing Saturday Night Live. And Christopher Walken was like, "Is the infliction on Foo or Fighters?" And Dave Grohl was like, "It's on Fighters." He's like, "I knew he was going to go out there and be like, guys, the Foo Fighters." I'm the worst Christopher Walken. But if you can look up that interview with Dave Grohl where he talks about Christopher Walken on Saturday Night Live, it had me laughing in
That's
bed. But I was
funny.
watching it on Instagram. Like, it just killed me. Just the way the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
I could
great,
hear it
man.
as he said it.
Uh-huh.
Right.
He is so unique.
And
He
Love and Cabin
is.
is on YouTube. And Dave Grohl is one of those guys that's influenced me my whole life.
Mm.
Yeah, nice.
If you'd like to become a member, please do. We actually just uploaded a little compilation of our daughter Kenley either doing scary things or being scared for our members, and it was a lot of fun to make that video.
Nice.
It's sad how big she's got.
I know. I didn't realize how
Aw.
big she
I
was until I watched
know.
that. Evil Dead, very
Yes.
good. I need more cowbell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I put my
Yeah,
pants on the same way as you, one leg at a time.
One leg at a
But when I
time.
do, I make gold records.
Yes, dude. That's so fantastic. So do you want to start us off with your number 9?
Okay. At number 9, and this was, let me just say, this was kind of difficult and it did blur the lines of a lot of things. But I
Yeah.
kind of went, one thing that guided me was also how connected I was to the movie, whether it's how
Yes.
much I've watched it or how long I've been connected to it. So at number 9, I've got Sinister.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those movies that I think, I mean, it does get some love, and I think it
Mhm.
definitely deserves more love because it is such a creepy film, so well done. The first time I watched it, and I had the perfect environment because it was dark, it was late at night. There was like a little bit of a storm outside with some thunder and lightning. And man,
Mhm.
it really creeped me out, man. I really love movies like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wish the second one was better, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because I don't hate the second one, and I think if it wasn't for the first one, I would like the second one more.
Yes, exactly.
What I do like about the second one is we get more of the lore. Like we get more from the
Yeah.
children's point of view.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah,
are
it's
things
true.
I like about it, but there's nothing that compares to the first one.
No. All those
Yeah.
the like little reels those
Yeah.
are all
Oh,
terrifying.
man, they are.
Especially the
man.
lawnmower one gets me every time.
Oh, when I first saw that, I was like, "What? Whoa!"
Yes.
Because you know it's coming. That's what makes it even worse. You
You
know
know
it's coming.
something's coming because it's like so creepy for the longest
They just
time.
drag it
And
out,
it keeps
drag it
going and
out,
keeps
and
going,
then
and then it gets
boom.
you. Yeah.
And then you get Ethan Hawke's immediate jumping out of
Yeah.
the chair.
Yes,
That's my favorite jump scare of all time. My favorite one
It's
of
a
all
good
time
one.
Yeah.
is that jump scare.
That's a good one.
Great
That's a
choice.
good
So
one.
we'll talk about that movie again too. I promise you that.
Maybe a couple of times.
So how about you, Corey? What's your number 9?
Okay, so The Taking of Deborah Logan.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, you guys said it pretty good. It's a creepy movie where you don't know, is it mental illness or what? And yeah, it's really good. It's crazy that some of these movies, it's like, this could be real because
Yeah.
it's really believable. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
And you'll never look at snakes the same way again either.
Oh, I know.
Right? Right? It was such a creepy movie, man.
I never cared for snakes to begin with,
Right.
but
It made it even worse.
Damn
Right.
spiders. Yeah.
See,
I'm both actually. I don't like spiders.
snakes don't bother me. Spiders
Uh-huh.
don't bother me. Mice
Mice. Oh,
scare the
no.
shit out of me.
Aw.
I do
Wow.
not
They're
like
so
mice. They,
cute.
oh, fuck that. I'll elbow
They
not
are
cute- they're not
tiny
cute to
and
him.
little.
and filled with rabies.
Aw.
My number 9, we talked about it last
Mm-hmm.
week. Somebody had it on their haunted house movies, and I said I consider this more of a possession than a haunted house, and that is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now you can
Great
call it
movie.
haunted
good one.
because it is, it's like the
like in the
mortuary
house,
is
but
getting
it's-
haunted. It's in the
yeah,
basement.
In the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jane Doe is the one that's haunted in the situation, her personally, and she's
Yeah.
bringing that
Oh,
onto
yeah.
other people. And I
Yeah.
talked about this last week, so I got to tell the story again. The lady that played Jane Doe, it was her the whole time. There was never a body double. There was never a dummy. It was
Yeah.
always her. And,
She just had to lay naked on that cold table for
Yeah.
hours.
and part
Yeah.
of the deal
Dang.
of her getting the movie was she had to grow a lot of pubic hair, because if there was any visualization of a female anatomy, they would not have been able to get an R rating. So in order to keep it so they could get an R rating, she had to grow pubic hair.
She
And I
had to
thought
get
was
that
one of the-
70s bush.
Yeah.
I was like-
I was like, that's a
Jeez.
win-win. Like, you don't have to shave. You get to be in a movie. Like, all right.
Yeah, just imagine that. Like,
You're throwing
dinner will
it.
be here at 9. You don't need wardrobe. Don't need razor. Like, don't need razor. What the- So,
Don't need a
I just
razor.
yeah, I just thought that was one of the weirdest obligations ever.
Yeah.
So they're Terrified and Tipsy talked about that last week, and I loved them to death. And I'm glad that they were able to bring
Yeah,
that
that
up
was a lot of
because
fun.
that made me realize that needed to be on my list. So number 9 for me, The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Nice.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
that makes you wonder, if was that all real? Was that hers, or was some of that fake? Right? Could they use like fake bush?
Could you imagine that? Like, I couldn't grow a proper
They
Come
had,
bush.
on,
they had to
man.
like glue it on there.
Can we get the bush department, please?
Oh wow.
We need shading on
Shading.
aisle 9.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
hilarious. You never know. You never
I guess
Right.
not.
Well, it was fun
Oh,
being
man.
monetized while it lasted.
I
Right.
was just about to say.
Sorry. Oh my god.
No, no,
Oh,
God, no.
man.
I say way worse. I'm totally
He
joking.
totally does.
Okay. Oh my god.
No, I think it's brilliant. I'm the one that brought it up. I love it. I love that idea of just sitting there, for your like, okay, I'm going to audition for this movie. What do you want me to do?
Right.
Get naked and
Don't
lay on
shave.
the table. Yeah, what?
Don't move. You have to act dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And your boobs and bush will be out the whole time.
Yeah.
So
There
enjoy.
you go.
And it's cold and on a cold metal table.
And guys are going to be
Right?
touching you and poking you and acting like they're cutting
It's-
you. It'll be a good time.
Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
No thanks.
Yeah.
What about you, my love? What's your number 9?
My number 9 was already mentioned in the chat, but that's Truth or Dare. That is a guilty
Nice.
pleasure of mine. I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, like the smile, kind of cheesy, Snapchat filter looking. But again, I had a lot of fun with it. And I love Lucy Hale. Like, she's my favorite pretty little liar. So I didn't think it was as bad as everybody else said.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It was just a fun movie.
it was fun. I mean, it entertained me. So I felt like it did its
There you
job.
go.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that
Yeah.
counts.
And we got to
Exactly.
watch the kid from the Goldbergs fall off a pool table and break his neck. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
Wow.
All right, guys. So we will catch up on the chat real quick before we get into our number 8, which will be Coriander starting us off. Got some love for The Shining. Got
Yeah.
some love for Smile. Good choice.
Nice.
The Conjuring franchise. Okay. Fallen. Oh yeah, John Goodman's a god.
Yeah.
I know you love that movie. Stigmata. Seen a lot of Pride hearts in the chat. Keep those going.
Yeah.
Love it.
Very cool.
Halloween Ends, Studio 666. I'm not being facetious. I'm serious. Keep the pride coming. I love it. Keep it going. Evil Dead Rise, Demons. Child's Play 2.
Heck yeah.
Fear Street. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
That is.
That's a
Yeah.
really
I didn't even
good
think
one.
about that,
Yeah,
to
I
be
didn't either.
honest. That is a good
Yeah.
Oh, They're Terrified and Tipsy. That's a creepy movie.
Mhm.
Haunted House of Possession is not one of my favorites, so I'll come into the list later, but still watching the stream. Well, thank you for staying in and watching. That means a lot to us, Jeanette.
Heck yeah.
What's up, Joe? How's
Hey,
it
Joe.
going, buddy?
Hey Joe, what's going on, Joe?
The House. Okay.
The house.
There's no way
The
I'm gonna say your
House.
name correctly without being
Hi.
disrespectful. I can't pronounce 8 words. I'm sorry, but Knivek, thank you for stopping in.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't offend you with my shitty English skills. Tales from the Bush Crypt. It's called Merkin. Oh my god. Okay. Grounded. Even though Mrs. Doubtfire is rated PG-13, Robin Williams improvised so much in the making. Yes, they are many different cuts. Also, you can go on YouTube and type in Mrs. Doubtfire horror trailer,
Oh gosh.
and someone cut the movie like it was a
It's-
horror movie and made a
It's
trailer out of it.
hilarious.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
It looks like a genuine horror movie.
It does.
Nice.
I think I've
you.
seen that before.
It's great. They did one for Happy Gilmore too, and it's fantastic. So Knifek, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is very scary.
Yes.
That's crazy. Like seeing Robin Williams in that because of all the
Oh,
other
yeah,
things that he
man.
had been in, and then he was in that. I think
Yeah.
I like skipped school one day and it was on TV and I watched it and I was like, what?
Well, that's
What?
why I've always said Robin Williams. While he's not my favorite actor, I think he's probably the best.
Oh, he was amazing.
I think he's one of the
He
best
was
actors.
amazing.
that I
He
ever
was
got
so
the privilege of
talented.
watching.
He was.
So
yeah.
talented and
Yes.
sorely missed.
Oh,
Yes,
very. I still
for
have a magazine honoring his life
Mhm.
that I just refuse to get rid of. I've read through it probably
Nice.
25 times, but
Mhm.
he's one of my I love, as much as I love horror, I do love comedy.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
improv comedy. And Robin Williams is one of the people that was he was like an improv king. Like he was,
Mhm.
he
Yeah,
was
he
just
was.
the greatest in the game when it came to improv. So
Absolutely.
him and
No
Steve
doubt
Martin
about
are
that.
probably my two biggest influences when it comes to improv comedy.
Mhm.
They're just geniuses. So
Yep. Totally agreed.
Corey, would you like to give us your number 8?
Yes. So, all right. I don't know if you guys are going to consider this a possession movie, but it's The Entity.
Oh,
That's with Barbara Hershey. I don't know. Have you guys ever
Yes.
seen that?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, supposedly, she gets thrown around and, attacked by this, demon or whatever's in her house. And
Mhm.
yeah, her kids, live with her. And yeah, it's pretty, I remember seeing that as a young kid. And I was
Mhm.
like, wow, that kind of freaked me out that,
Right.
to think, wow, could that actually happen? Could a
Right.
ghost be, or whatever it is, be that powerful? And yeah,
Mhm.
crazy shit.
And
Nice.
that's when you start to learn about these type of things.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
possessions and things like that. So that's what I love about, movies too, because not only can they scare us, but they can give us like an insight into what that type of thing is. We can get
Mhm.
educated on things if we
Mhm.
pay attention. And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So my number 8 is a film called The Possession. Has
Ooh.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it.
Mhm.
Him
Yep.
and his daughters. He's splitting up with his wife, who is played by Kira Hedwig.
Is this
Sedgwick?
with the
box.
box?
Yeah, the
The
Okay.
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I really like about this movie, because something we don't get a lot of, especially in the horror world, is a lot of Judaism and background into like the Jewish culture. And they actually use rabbis in this movie
Mhm.
to help them
Yeah.
get rid of the curse. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of really good Hasidic Jewish type of things. And that was something that really turned me on to this film,
Mhm.
and being able to see.
Are you Jewish?
No, my great
Okay.
grandmother came here from Germany
Okay.
during the Holocaust, but I don't practice
Yeah.
Judaism at all.
Okay.
Um,
I just asked because it's funny that actually worked and I was a cook at a Jewish facility and I cooked kosher food. So yeah, that's
oh, that's awesome.
interesting.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny because like my parents were like you have a grandmother that practices Judaism. We
Yeah.
believe in Christianity, which my great grandmother called my grandmother shiksa her whole life because she's a non-Jewish woman, and I thought it was not a slur, and I called my grandma that one time. That was a bad day in Kennytown,
Mhm.
but it's
Oh no.
I've always had a very big respect of other people and other cultures,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just want to learn as much as I can about every culture and every religion, every race, every sexual orientation, because what's the worst that could happen with becoming educated?
Right.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the more I can learn about somebody or somebody's beliefs or what somebody, maybe then I can learn to be more accepting of a person, or I can learn to think of their way of thinking and not be closed-minded and hateful. So,
Right.
and growing up with somebody that Judaism was so important to, it's just something that I feel is very special, and to actually see it play out in a horror movie I thought was really, really good. The way that it was done was very well. And I love how when he first meets him, he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? You think he's gonna like talk like a rabbi, and he's just like, hey,
Right.
what's up, buddy?
Yeah, he was pretty cool. He was cool
Yeah.
as a character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in this movie that's always stuck with me, and I don't know why it stuck with me for so long. This movie was what, 2011, so like
Something
12
like
years
that.
ago. There's a scene where the daughter's possessed, and she wants her box back, and she's out in the hallway with the dad, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Negan from The Walking Dead, and
Yep.
all of a sudden, you hear a slapping noise, and she puts her face like the dad had slapped her. And us watching, we know he didn't. We
Yeah.
see that he
Right.
didn't. He's literally like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?"
Mhm.
Then you see behind her other sisters like, "Are you serious? Why would you hit her?"
Yeah.
Like that's a moment that just stuck with me. Like,
Yep.
even like from all points of view, like the dad's like, "What?" And then the girl in the back's like, "You hit my sister?"
Yeah.
And like as a
Mhm.
parent, you don't know whatever. You don't hit your kids.
Yeah.
Not in the
Mhm.
face.
Yeah.
Kids get swats on the ass. I'll get canceled for that one. My kids get swats on the asses when they mess up. Not my 15-year-old, because he'll swat me back. But I would never beat my kids. I would never harm my kids. I would never hurt my
Right.
kid.
Right.
And to see a
Of
guy
course.
that genuinely loves his daughter, and that happened, and he's just like, I didn't hit her. What are you talking about? And they go to court about it and everything.
Yeah.
It turns out being a big part of the movie. And that's just something that's always, and the scene of, even though it's the movie poster, when she's outside with the moths and she's, got the hunchback, like, oh, that scene really got to me too. So I want to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
been
It's
a
a good one.
while. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's a
haven't
good
seen
one.
it in a long time.
So what about you, my love? What's your number 8?
My number 8. So you may or may not consider this a possession movie, but it's Idle Hands. And it's totally a possession movie.
Damn it.
His hand gets possessed. His
That's a great
entire
one.
body would have been possessed if he wouldn't have cut it off, to be honest. And I love this movie. I think it's funny. It has genuine scares in it. Devin Sawa in his prime. Like, yeah, sign me up. I used to watch it all the time.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Tom from Blink-182 is in it.
Yep.
The Offspring is in it. They're playing at the
The
prom.
soundtrack of that movie is
it's
so amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I got
It just reminds me of being a kid. Like,
I've told this story before. I'm a huge Devin Sawa fan. Everybody knows that. But I saw that movie for the first time because Tom from Blink-182 was like, yo, I acted in this movie. And like we went to watch it, and it's literally him. He's in a drive-through window. And Devin Sawa runs up and he's like, break time. And Tom's like, all right. And he walks away. And I'm like, that was it.
We literally still have the VHS of this
do.
movie. Like I used to watch
Nice.
it all the time when I was a kid.
Well, and then you
That
got
is
the
cool.
Offspring covering the Ramones. I Want to Be Sedated at the prom. I was like, that. Why the fuck did I get a dance like that?
Right?
That's
Right?
dope.
Maybe you would have went to the dance.
I might have went to the dance if that happened. So what about you, Knight? What's your number 8?
Let's see where I'm at. My number 8 is The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Nice.
I've got it on my list too. And I love this movie. I really, really do. When I first saw it, I was just so curious of how it was going to play out, and like you guys were talking about, Jennifer was amazing in it. Some of the scenes that caught me were like just how she was contorting her body, and like she was really
Yes.
doing that.
Yeah.
Like she was doing some stuff that just did not look like it would even be possible for a contortionist, and she was just good. It was a great way to tell a story, of a possession and an exorcism without it doing the same old thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was a great cast. Everything was good about it. It's literally one of my staples. I've seen it so many times. Yep.
It's one of those movies that shows you don't have to have an R rating to be
No.
genuinely scary.
No.
Exactly. And it was scary. It had great atmosphere, and it was sad too.
Yeah.
Like it was emotional, and I did not expect that. When you think of a horror movie that's dealing with possession and exorcism, it just had a flavor unto its own, and that says a lot, because there's been so many movies that have traveled down that road of possession and exorcism specifically, and this one was definitely unique in the greatest way.
I agree. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we get to our number 7s. Huge influence on my sense of humor, Robin Williams. I agree.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. The Exorcist 3. That's a great choice, Nathan. Insidious franchise, Sinister. We got some more Exorcism of Emily Rose love in here. Amityville, remake or original, Russell? I gotta know.
Remake.
The Vigil was an excellent Jewish horror film. I have to check that out, Patrick. Thank you. I love Jewish horror. I think there's something scarier about it because it's almost like unknown to me.
Yeah.
So I think there's something a little scary because it's not something I'm completely knowledgeable. I have a lot of ignorance when it comes to Judaism and the culture. So I think that helps to up the ante of the scares to me because of the ignorance of the situation I have. I like to think that a lot of my strengths are my ability to conquer a situation. If I'm ignorant about a situation, I'm more vulnerable.
Right.
So I'm going to check that out. If you have not subscribed to Sledgehammer Horror, we would very much appreciate it. It helps the channel more than you could ever know. Steve, I hope you have an amazing night, man. Thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
My adopted uncle and his family work Jewish culture. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Patrick.
Amityville in space.
Patrick.
Wow.
You're grounded.
It's crazy.
Thank you, Joe. I get confused. Oh, that's weird. Just gotta start wearing a yarmulke too. Casino. For Pesci, Casino or Home Alone? I know that's cliche, but Casino or Home Alone would be my favorite Pesci.
Home Alone.
Really? What about you,
Well,
Nat?
I don't know because I do the Joe Pesci from Casino. I'm not gonna do it, but I do it all the time.
Oh, you should. You should do it. Come on, now I'm too curious.
You motherfucker. I do that all the time.
That was good. Oh my god.
I'll get up to take a piss in the middle of the night. She'll be like, lay down. I'm like, I gotta pee. She'll be like, you motherfucker. Are you gonna start stabbing me with a pen?
Heck yeah.
Is this your fucking pen?
Fucking pen, you motherfucker.
That's great. Pesci is amazing.
So what about you, Knight? What's your favorite Pesci film?
Casino is great, but I don't know, man. Goodfellas. I mean, it's like you gotta love. He's just so good in everything, man.
He is
funny how like a clown. Just some of the stuff he does.
Clown? Like ha funny.
Do I amuse you? I make you laugh. It's like he's just great. I love him.
He is. I love him.
What about you, Corey? What's your favorite Pesci film?
God. See, I love gangster films, and I loved them in Casino and Goodfellas. Yeah. I can't choose out of those two, so I'm gonna say those two.
I give the nod to Casino just because, like, one, I think it's a little more heartbreaking, and two, the ending is one of the first things in my life that genuinely scared me.
Yeah.
Like the moment when he's like, just fucking kill him, man. He's already dead. Like that scene when they got him in the cornfield, that scared me as a kid probably more than any horror movie did. Like that was a scary scene to me as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Vinny's great too.
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell. You know it had to make the list.
Oh,
Oh,
for the love of
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Boy.
We always have to bring that up. Why?
Bro, we can't escape it on my channel either.
I know.
You know what I think about Jason Goes to Hell?
I don't want to know what you.
Woo! We gonna get the shit now. More ring around the rosies, huh? Oh yeah, the do. Super fun on his ass. The poopity pop. We gonna get the shit.
It
Shit.
is the poopity pop. I
It is
agree
the
to that.
shit.
It's the poopity pop.
I will tell you this. Jason Goes to Hell is not my number one. I'll say that much.
That's
Is it
good
on
to
your
know.
You know, that sucks because I didn't even think of that friggin' movie.
There's a
Oh my
reason
God.
why you didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Hey, you slow
Oh,
down, Knight.
shoot.
The unholy. Hey, have a good night, Joe.
See you,
Thanks for
Joe.
stopping in,
See you,
buddy. Good luck
Joe.
at work tomorrow. Yeah, bad joke time. If Dice Rolling was Jewish, the tag could have been dreidel spinning. You motherfucker.
I love that. That was good, man. That was good.
Oh, I embarrassed myself.
No, you were great.
No,
were
that was
great.
great. Seriously.
Yeah. it was.
Jason Goes to Hell is fun. Ooh, Event Horizon's a fantastic movie.
Mhm.
Please don't be hating. When I say Melly, you say boo. Melly, boo. Dude, one of my favorite parts of that movie is when he acts like he goes in to rob the store and he comes out and he's like, "You stole this stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You got a receipt?" He's like, "Yeah, I jacked that too." I love Malibu's Most Wanted, man. That's
Yeah,
one
it's
of
a
my
good one.
favorite movies.
It's
That's
funny.
so funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are up to number 7, and that will be me starting us off. And my number 7 is Friday the 13th, Part 9, the final Friday. Jason Goes to Hell.
Nice.
Not only is this my 7th favorite
You just
possession,
You just added that. I'm leaving too. Bye.
All of a
my
sudden,
God,
everybody
stop.
leaves.
Not only is this my favorite possession film, this is my second favorite Friday the 13th film.
It's your if it was your favorite, it'd be number 1. So I don't believe you.
This is my second favorite Friday the 13th film.
And then it'd be your number 2.
You're grounded. I love this
Oh,
movie.
no.
I think that after you watch 8 movies of Jason at a lake or a mom at a lake or Jason on a boat, this is a welcomed, refreshing movie. The acting is great. You get the idea finally that Jason is in the Evil Dead universe. The Necronomicon is in this movie. Jason is a Deadite. The Kandarian dagger
Look at
is
Ashley.
in this movie. And this movie has, and I will die on this hill, this movie has the best ending of any horror movie ever. I'm serious. I got grounded as a kid. My mom was like, if I hear you talk about that fucking glove coming out of the ground one more time, I was like, Mom, you got to understand.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me circle back to this glove one more time for a second here, Mom. That's Freddy's glove coming out of the ground.
She's
and
like,
grabbing.
I don't care.
She was like,
Right.
Kenny, I don't. Back then it was Kenny. She's like, Kenny, I don't care. I think I even got a Kenneth Ray.
You probably did. You probably did.
Every time we talk to new people, I'll be like, "Hi, how are you? My name's Kenny." And Jason Goes to Hell. That way I can cuss a little more too. Freddy's glove comes out of the ground. It takes Jason's mask back to hell. So they're gonna have a movie together. My mom would just, Eddie Murphy shoe. That's what I would get, man.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah, I love this movie so much. Like, it's a movie that I've watched so much as a kid. And there's just so many. Again, you don't get a lot of Jason, but man, when you go,
You don't get a lot of Jason. You get like 5 minutes of Jason.
But
What are you
you still
talking
see
about?
him. Come on.
When Jason, when
in
Jason,
the mirror.
when he pops out of that floor at the
That
end,
was cool.
and he's standing
Yeah.
there, you're just like, oh my god. Or at the beginning when the FBI literally blows him up into pieces, like
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, that's so dope. And like, there's just so many parts in this movie. The shootout at the diner, and when they hit the one lady and her jaw breaks, and he puts the
That
dude
was
into
a
the
good
thing,
one.
and he breaks the guy's wrist. And oh my god, I fucking love this
There's a
movie
lot
so
of-
much. Like, I
Going
love
on
this
over there.
movie. Like, the movie's so good. Like, when you get, and I love Friday the 13th, love the whole franchise. But when you get to the point of Jason's at a lake
Even
killing
Jason
kids,
X?
Jason's at a lake. Okay, that's not a very good movie. Jason's at a lake killing kids. Jason's at a lake killing kids. I don't like Jason X. I'll fight that to the death too. I know that it's got a following.
There's
Right.
one good kill, and it's the
cryogenic head freezing.
Yeah.
Cryogenic.
It's just
yeah. That's a good one.
Again, there's a lot of really corny stuff in it, but the part where he's like, guys, it's all right. He just wanted his machete back. The best part of Jason X. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the good Jason movie. And there's just so many different. Creighton Duke is such a badass.
He's a great character.
Like, there's just
Love
so much of Jason Goes to Hell, and this was all put on the shoulders of a kid that had never directed a full-length feature before. Adam Marcus had done a couple music videos.
We can tell.
And then
Ashley, you just took the words out of my mouth.
and you got Sean Cunningham saying, "Listen, get that fucking hockey mask out of my movie." And this was all put on a kid, and he still killed it. Like, oh, that movie's so good.
Jason, though, like, no.
Number 7.
Anyways, are you done?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Good for you. Oh, I could listen to you all night. Keep going.
Whatever. She doesn't like it either. Come on. Stop
Hey, whatever. What are you talking about?
Hey, at least it's not an hour and a half of William Shatner stabbing people.
Oh, you want to bring that up? Do you?
Oh.
This is a fight you don't want to do, Ken.
I'm just saying.
My number 7.
If Busta Rhymes could take out Michael ain't taking Jason.
Has Jason ever gone up against Busta Rhymes?
No, Busta Rhymes.
So then no. He's not.
Man.
Dangertainment, baby.
He would take out
the treat, motherfucker.
No.
Right?
Anyways, my number 7 is Dark and the Wicked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, we're back on talking terms.
Okay, let's talk. You leave Michael alone. No, not hold on. Stop it.
You really don't like Jason Goes to Hell Night?
No.
Listen, I love the Friday 13th franchise. It's my favorite franchise. And
you should hear him and his brother talk about this movie.
All I gotta say is this: it's a good horror movie. I don't think it's a great Friday the 13th movie.
Okay.
Because after 9 movies, we finally find out Jason has a sister, a magical dagger, and all this other stuff, which is fine. But I think the way it was executed, I just think it could have been executed better. You know, I definitely understand they wanted to do something different, and I totally get that. But it was just, and it wasn't enough Jason. It wasn't enough Jason, man. They stole the idea from The Hidden. They know they did. That's a great sci-fi movie. You know it, Coriander. I showed you that. Oh my god. It's true. It's so true though. But I will say this: it does have great kills in it, and it has some good practical effects. So I can be fair enough to say that. But it's just low on my Friday list.
I also think
it's low on
hilarious
Coriander's too.
I think it's hilarious that Kane Hodder is in it saying, "Yeah, that guy's a total pussy anyway."
Yeah, he's a total pussy. Yeah. I love that.
You actually have Kane Hodder himself like, "That guy's a total pussy anyway." Go there and take a
when
shit
I saw that in
the
the theater, I saw that and people started laughing their asses off, man. That was a great moment. It was great.
Yeah.
Kane's awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's really cool. Very nice guy.
He is.
Yeah.
What's your number?
Uh-oh.
You said the Dark and the Wicked. Oh, Corey.
Oh. She might have had a connection issue or something.
Oh, there she is. She's back. Whew.
Sorry.
You're
I hit the wrong damn button and I didn't even mean to.
You're just like, bye.
All right, no more Jason Goes to Hell.
She was done with the Jason Goes to Hell.
Exactly. She was like, I'm done with this Jason Goes to Hell crap.
I don't blame you. But like I said, my number 7 is Dark and the Wicked. Yeah. This movie is very scary and it's almost captivating. Like you feel like you're a part of the family almost like while you're watching it, and you feel for them because they're so like disconnected. And again, when we talked about how like the demon kid get in because, you know, these people don't have each other to lean on because, you know, the kids, they never come and visit mom and dad, and mom and dad are on this farm. They're older by themselves. Dad gets possessed, and she said, you know, I told you not to come. Like she didn't even want them to come to the farm to see, you know, their sick dad that's really actually possessed. And it's just eerie the entire time. You just feel this, like, I don't know, there's just this eeriness, this emptiness feeling the entire time. And you never get like you never get the jump scare, you never get that relief from anything. So yeah, I think that's what makes it so scary is the entire time you just feel that like emptiness because they all are feeling it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, number 7 is Dark and the Wicked.
What about you, Knight?
My number 7 is, and this is a movie that when we went to go see it, it was not our game plan. We actually wanted to see another movie, but it wasn't playing in our area. So we were just like, okay, well, let's check this movie out. You know, it looked like it might have been okay, but I'm speaking for both of us, but it's my pick. But we both absolutely love this movie, and I picked Smile.
Nice. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good
a
choice.
great. I mean, it's one of those movies that that's the best type of situation in a way because we didn't really have huge expectations of it. We just wanted to see a good movie, and we had the time to do it, and it totally, for me, anyways, it blew me away. I just thought it was so well done. Sosie Bacon was amazing.
Oh, she did amazing.
She needs to be in everything from here on out. Like I just absolutely loved her performance. And I really do hope she comes back to horror or thrillers because she was so good in this movie. But yeah, I love it. It's a great film, and it is one of my favorite, more modern horror films. It really, really is.
Yeah,
It
we
was,
went into it kind of the same, you know, kind of blinded. Thought maybe it was another Truth or Dare, silly Snapchat Smile, you know, and yeah, it definitely exceeded our expectations for sure.
Yeah. It was my favorite movie of 2022, and a year that had phenomenal. It was up
it
there
was in
with
my top
Barbarian, The
5.
Black Phone.
Yeah.
I mean, the Barbarian, The Black Phone, and Smile was like a 3-way tie, 1A, 1B, 1C, but it's right up there.
Yeah.
I was a very big fan of Smile, so I'm glad that you included it on your list.
Yeah. That's great.
Yep.
What about you, Coriander? What's your number 7?
So these, I can't remember how many there. What is there like? I don't know how many there is in this franchise, but Night got me into these movies, and it's The Conjuring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, this was like a real creepy movie, and the mom who got possessed, wow, she did so good, and yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Conjuring franchise.
I'm a big fan of The Conjuring.
So
and wasn't those like PG-13, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't see like any of those when they first came out. So yeah.
They're a
So
fun
I
one to
just
catch up
seen
on.
those not that long ago. Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm glad you were able to catch up on them.
I know. Yeah.
All right, so we will catch up on the chat real quick. Annabelle Creation at number 7. It Follows, which you could say Smile and It Follows have a big influence on each other.
Yeah.
Jason is a Deadite.
Smile is another one that's so like eerie and the tension the entire
Mental
time.
illness.
Yeah. It has to do with mental illness also. So yeah.
Evil Dead Rise. 8, You Might Be the Killer. 7, Demon Knight. Adam Marcus is a genius. I agree. And he's a gentleman and a scholar. Love the guy to death.
Yeah.
He does. He does seem really, really nice.
Knight clearly is not in the Jason Goes to Hell Club, but maybe we can poach Coriander. Gothica is a very good underrated possession movie with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good movie.
That is good. Yeah. I didn't even think of that.
I didn't either. Care as Hell. I enjoy Jason Goes to Hell. It has cool body horror and practical effects. Jason seeing the reflection. I like it. Like you said, after 8 movies of Jason in the Woods, it is time to get something more creative in there. Event Horizon. Nothing like fire and 0 G's. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Dave Coulier. We met Dave. He's a Detroit guy. Joey, Full House. That you want to talk about a great impressionist. That's Dave Coulier. Great impressionist. Cut it out. Stop on both. Jason X has horrible set designs, look very low budget. Oh, he's screwed. Shut up. Jason Goes to Hell and they break the fingers. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, and there it is. I knew someone was gonna have to bring up the Hidden Night. I knew it was coming.
Just saying, man.
Jason went up against Freddy and won. It's also
Freddy was still alive.
He was a fucking head. He's
But
dead.
his head,
Stop.
he winked.
Stop.
He winked. I'm not stopping.
A mention Fallen with Denzel Washington. Thank you for the super chat. We
Thanks,
appreciate
Sean.
it, buddy. And since we got another super chat, we're going to play it again, guys. We're going to see what happens when zombies attack a community and they don't know what zombies are.
What the hell was it? A wild animal? Of several wild animals?
What the heck was it? A wild animal? Several wild animals?
That's exactly what I said.
Was it a wild animal? Or several wild animals?
Love it. Love it so much.
I like that.
Yeah.
That movie.
That movie's so good until the end.
The ending is so crazy.
Hey, everybody, make sure you vote on the poll. We got a poll going in there right now.
Ooh.
The Omen. That's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Mhm.
Zombie Jason would kill Myers easily.
You know what, Gory Tiger? Knock
Any
it off.
Jason. would
No,
kill Myers
no,
easily.
not true.
I guess you can say it's infected. It's yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Phone. I hope that I'm really nervous about a Smile sequel. I really hope they bring
Yeah.
Kyle Gallner back.
Yeah, that's
I would
where
like
you think it would
the-
go.
To
Yeah.
extend his story for sure.
Malignant's another one.
Malignant,
The
yeah.
Faculty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Smile will be talked about on the horror of mental health. That's awesome. I can't wait.
Right.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, so guys, we are up now to number 6, and that will be you starting us off, my love.
All right.
I want to hear your choice, but I'm gonna go grab a drink.
My number 6 is Jennifer's Body.
Talk about marketing.
Yeah.
All right.
This is another one that I really enjoyed it. I watched it by myself actually because Ken wasn't interested in it. So when I went and seen it without him. And I really liked it. And I was like, I just give it a chance. The marketing did kind of mess it up a little bit. It was like, Megan Fox, hot Megan Fox, and that this is what it's about. But it's about so much more. And I really enjoyed it. And it's deeper than, with it's self-aware and what's her name? Amanda Seyfried.
Seyfried.
Yep. She did an amazing job as well as Megan Fox. I think she did awesome too. But they did act like it was just her movie, with the marketing. So, but yeah.
And not even that it was her movie. There was a teeny bop. I'm just gonna show up for my body.
Well, yeah, and but like I said, when you left, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's self-aware, and
It's a movie that was fucked by the marketing.
Yeah.
The marketing ruined what could
Right.
have been potentially an amazing
Well,
movie. if they had
I
better
talked about
marketing.
how I watched it by myself, how I seen it first, and then was like, just give it a chance.
And I did, and I was like, "Damn, you were right, babe. This is dope. This is really good."
Yeah,
And I sang Through the Trees for 6 months straight.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm Adam Brody, even though he's a dick in it, he's still a cutie.
He's still cute as hell.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so what about you, Knight?
Let's see. Next, I've got the Amityville Horror.
OG or remake?
OG, man. OG. And I love the remake too. It's actually, I gotta admit, man, I was so shocked how much I enjoyed the remake. Because I get a little nervous about remakes of certain movies because you wonder if it can have that same charm. But the remake was really, really good. But I went with the OG because that was the one that I grew up on. And yeah, man. I mean, it's a great story. I mean, you could look at it as a haunted house, type of movie too.
I had
but
it.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah,
said, there's such a fine line between
exactly. Because Dad
Yeah.
definitely gets possessed in this movie.
Right.
yeah,
Because when
man.
he leaves the house, he's fine.
Right.
That's
So
right.
he is possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and Brolin did such an amazing job, just being so freaking creepy, man. Like, holy crap! There was some really iconic moments in it, so it's definitely a movie that I've always enjoyed since I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like you said, when you go into the remake and you hear Ryan Reynolds, at the time especially,
Right.
Ryan Reynolds is the lead guy, and you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then
Right,
he kills
right.
it.
He
You know what I mean? Like,
He
he
did.
does
He
a
did,
great
yeah.
job.
He did
Yeah,
great
he was great.
switching that too. He was all funny and charismatic, and then
Yeah.
he could just switch and just be crazy.
when he's trying to chop the wood and he's got the little boy.
Oh,
like,
that's hard to watch. That
I
part,
know,
yeah.
I know.
man. But you're
He
right.
was
like,
so intense.
Yes.
both of the movies are fantastic, but they're
Yeah.
both fantastic movies.
I agree.
I agree too.
So what about you, Corey? What's your number 6?
All right, so I have The Witch.
Ooh,
I
The
thought
Village.
that,
Yeah.
I thought that was, you felt bad for this family. They're getting
Yeah.
thrown out of their village and thrown out into the woods and whatever's out there. And yeah, man, this poor family and this girl, once her family starts thinking she's a witch, it's like, it's over. And yeah, it's just, it's a great movie.
And at first you're like she's not, you feel bad for her, and then you get that ending, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, she even tells her brother, like, I'm the witch in the woods.
Yeah,
And you're
she
like,
tries to scare
no,
him.
you're not.
You're not, yeah.
Right. Yep.
That's Black Phillip.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
Love that movie. That movie was got me started on Robert Eggers. I think he does great with his period pieces. I think that they're very, very well done.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
So, for my number 6, it's already been talked about. The grass is getting a little long, guys. Pull out your lawnmower because it's getting sinister in here.
At night while it's raining.
Right.
Right.
Trust me. Don't even get me started on that shit. So, for those of you that don't know,
Here we go.
Ken Sledgehammer Horror is one person. Ken Sledge, the dad, is very anal about his yard. And I am that dad that I judge people by their yards. When I drive by, I'm like, oh, we probably wouldn't be friends.
No, it's funny. He'll be standing out. See, Kenny, our son, he intimidated him. Impersonated him. And
he walked out on my front porch and was like, we really needed
this rain. And he was like, this is you, Dad.
It was
and
a spot on
Yes.
impression, and I couldn't stop laughing. Because, like, in Michigan, we've been in a drought for, like, a month.
Yeah.
And, like, I've been outside, like, trying to water the grass. And I'm definitely like, we really needed this. It's something we really needed, guys. Not just us, the farmers, the crops, they all need it. It's good for everybody right now. And the way he was doing it was just so funny. But when we're watching this movie, I'm like, why would you mow the grass at night? I don't care if you're killing somebody. You're ruining the grass.
During the rain, in the mud.
Yeah, you're also ruining the grass, guys. That's what you're doing. You're not only killing them, you're killing the yard. If you got to kill your mom, do it inside.
When you mow at night? Is that what you're saying?
No, when you mow when it's raining.
When it's raining.
Oh, okay. I was like,
you get a terrible mow. No, I wouldn't mow
right.
at night, especially once it gets to like evening, because morning, because you got the dew on the ground, so all the the water.
Yeah.
You freaking be slipping around.
Yeah, you want it dry.
Yeah.
Because it'll be uneven. Yeah.
Right.
You get a bad cut. You dull your blades. It's just nothing good happens when you mow in wetness. It just nothing good happens.
You could get stuck.
It's
in
so
the
funny
mud.
because you sound like my father, and my father's name is Kenny. Well, not Kenny, but Ken.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're anal about your lawn, so is my dad. Like,
That's
if you don't like mow it a certain way, it's like, oh my God, you have to. It's almost like a pattern, and it's like, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got a pattern too.
I
He
do.
goes
I have
the same
my
way
pattern that I do.
every
It's
time.
so funny, man. It's like I never thought I would be that dad.
I know.
And I totally am that dad. Like,
how about leaves,
yard,
right?
Dad?
In the fall, you can't have a leaf on your yard.
oh
Not
my gosh.
one.
But I'm also the dad that like I like to get because we have a big tire swing that I put up for the girls.
You like to delegate. I'm the
Nice.
leaf picker upper.
Yeah, we get it all in a
Wow.
pile over by the tire swing, and then we swing off the tire swing into the pile of
Yeah,
leaves.
yeah, that's fun.
So
There you go.
that's something fun to do. Anyway, Sinister. I do love this movie. It's a movie that, like I said, not only that jump scare, but what you were talking about earlier, like with the Super 8 reels.
Yeah.
I think those are super because they actually shot those on Super 8,
And
which
it looks,
makes
it looks so
right.
good.
There was no digital effects added, and even the sound design during those moments,
Creepy.
Yeah.
It intensifies it.
It almost sounds
It
like tribal.
does.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got like that, like tribal. It just sounds really, really good.
It's
it really enhances
offsetting,
the fear.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the twist of who the killer is
Yeah.
in the film, who is being possessed.
Right.
And it's one of those films where I included it on possession because they leave the house.
Yeah.
And
And they're
the
still
possession
possessed, yeah.
is with them. So
Yes.
that's why I just stayed on a possession movie, not a haunted house movie. But I could make an argument for either.
Right.
So I get it. But
Agreed.
for me, I kept it with the possession. And Sinister for me is number 6. What
All
about
right.
you, my love?
Nice.
I already did it.
You started us.
Yes,
All
I
right,
did.
so we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we get into our number 5. Malignant.
Mm-hmm.
6, Devil / Jason Goes to Hell.
Nathan, stop.
I know, Nathan.
Go get your merch, all goodies, t-shirts, water bottles, coffee cups, beanies, hats, everything you could ever want at our merch spread shop. We appreciate that. It really helps the channel. Oh, we got some love for fall in here, right in a row. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it. Ooh. Beware
Ooh,
the
Dead
Stare of
Silent.
Mary Shaw.
Mhm.
Yep. That's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Christine. Follow Ashley. Ashley does all the Facebook Sledgehammer horror stuff. So follow us there because she does all that cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the original Amityville, but I saw the sequel to Possession and I wasn't really impressed. Watch the original.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
I don't
original.
mind the sequel, but
Yeah, sequel's okay. Yeah.
yeah. Brolin, the actor, I tell everyone to imagine if they want to know what my dad looks like. For me, it's what's his name? He played Willy Wonka.
Oh,
Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Gene Wilder. If you want to know what my dad looks like, imagine Gene Wilder with slick back dark hair. That's my
Nice.
dad. 100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You're starting to look like Gene Wilder.
I know.
I'm
Thanks.
just kidding.
Dad level over 9,000.
Yes, it really is.
I have a fun fact to share with you about The Shining. In order to get Jack Nicholson irritated while playing his character, he was fed cheese sandwiches for 2 weeks, and he hates cheese sandwiches.
Oh my gosh.
That would irritate me too. It
right.
really would.
That's why he was so angry.
Yeah, I did give us a joke. I did give a joke earlier about whales. Go back and watch the replay. I gave you a nice
Yes.
joke. It was a well orchestrated joke.
Oh gosh.
Ironically, I agree. Who the fuck mows while it's raining? Killed the grass and messed up the lawnmower. You guys. How long does it take you to mow your lawn? It depends on if the Tigers are winning or losing.
Oh, there you go.
Because what I do is I like to put in the Detroit Tigers on the radio and I'll listen to them. I actually don't know if they're winning, so I'll mow the yard for about 4 hours. If they're losing, I'll get it done in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But again, I'm very meticulous when it comes to my lawns. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
You must have a big yard. 2 hours?
we got a nice size yard.
It's pretty big, yeah.
But we our kids like to ride their 4-wheeler and we got the trampolines. So I got to move all that stuff out of the way.
Of course.
You mean
wow.
text the kids and be
I
like,
do.
Come
Kenny,
move
come
your
outside.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not a surprise. Jason's winning the poll, as he should be. Calm down, Ken. He's that guy on Friday. Stay off the grass, please.
Get off my
No.
lawn.
The landscapers lawn at 5 in the morning on my days off. See, that would piss me off. Not just because they're mowing at 5 in the morning, but I would just open my window and be like, there's dew out there, you idiots.
You're doing it wrong.
I can't live in town with neighbors because I sleep at night and I know people be out mowing their
You mean you
lawn.
sleep in the day?
Or I sleep in the day.
I can't live by people because I sleep at night. Okay, I hate people. That's all it's boiled down to.
No, I sleep during the day. Is what I meant to say. Ken.
Right.
I agree. Corey should do ASMR. You would be an amazing ASMR person, Corey.
I don't even know what to say. God.
It doesn't matter what you say because we're all going to love it and it's soothing.
Okay. Oh my God.
I'll tell you all about the propane and propane accessories. Okay. I
There
actually
you
do love
go.
propane. But that's, we'll do a whole dad episode at one point about how much of a lame dad I am.
Oh, I'm out.
James Brolin and Kathy Bates equals my parents.
That's funny. When my dad was younger, he looked like Freddie Mercury.
Totally did.
Like my
The
son,
mustache
I
and
was
everything.
I was going through pictures of him when I was a baby and him holding me, and my son was like, "My papa was Freddie Mercury."
Aw.
That's
So
funny.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh my
Make sure you
God.
guys do follow Night Watch Zone on Facebook as well. I use a rider. And then Ashley does all the weed whacking.
I
at
do.
my
I
house.
get the labor part. He's sitting there, he's watching, or he's listening to the Tigers, and
But
I'm
it's
out
gotta be
there.
mowed a certain way.
I'm out there weed whacking. I'm like, this doesn't seem fair.
Screw that. I would be the
I
one
know.
riding on that mower
That's
and
what
he'd
I'm
be out
saying.
weed whacking.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, but to be fair, I don't mind weed whacking either. But hey, Nate, you want to start us off at number 5?
Yes. At number 5, I've got Event Horizon.
All right.
Great choice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that movie. It's man, it to this day, it's still one of those movies that's pretty. It just gets me, you know. It's really
Mhm.
well done. The acting is great. I love the cast. I love Sam Neill. Lawrence Fishburne is amazing as he always is. You know, a lot of people they kind of dub it Hellraiser in space, which I don't have any issue with that because I love Hellraiser. And it's a creepy movie, man, to think about
Mhm.
it. You know, it's a freaking ship that went to a hell dimension and came back, and it's like, damn, you know. So you could almost think of it almost as like a haunted house story too, because
Mhm.
it takes place on the ship, and you
Right.
have that kind of situation going on, just like in Alien from 1979. But
Mhm.
yeah, I have it on this list for possession because Sam Neill was badass in this movie, man. He really
Yeah.
was.
Especially afterwards, man.
Yes, yes, no doubt.
Fantastic choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about you, Corey? What's your number 5?
All right. So the Amityville. Yeah, the
Nice.
original. Yeah.
Ooh,
I do
okay.
like the remake because you guys, yeah, you just talked about it. Well, and yeah,
Mhm.
uh, James Brolin, yeah, he was great in this movie. And what was it, Margot
Margot
Kidder,
Kidder,
right?
Margot
the late
Kidder.
Yeah,
great.
those two,
Mhm.
yeah, those two were great. And that house, man, those kids, I mean, this poor family, they went through hell. And yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's a crazy ass movie. So,
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a really, really good movie.
Yeah. Can you imagine going down to your basement and having like a hole in so pretty much hell down
Yeah.
there? Like,
Right
Yeah.
there.
No,
Yes.
yeah.
thank you. Mm-mm.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, no.
Um, you knew I was going to have an Evil Dead movie on my list. So at number 5, I'm actually going with Evil Dead 2013, the remake.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, all right.
I love this movie. I love
Mhm.
we get a possession without a tree forcing itself on somebody.
I mean, you
Mhm.
kind of get it, but you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
But
right.
one thing I love about this movie is how fucking smart it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, hey, let's go out to the woods and party. You know, we're gonna kick you off dope, and we're not gonna let you leave. And you know, we're gonna do this. We love
Yeah.
you. You're our sister. You're our best friend. We're gonna get you clean. And then obviously, when she
Mhm.
starts hallucinating,
They blame it
they
on.
blame it on her.
Right.
You don't want him to leave to get
Right.
more dope. So
Yeah. It was
I'm
so
a
smart
huge
that
fan of
way.
this film.
It
Yeah,
was. Yeah.
And Lou Taylor Pucci is fucking adorable. I love him to
He's
death.
such a cutie.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's a film that I've always, at least since 2013, said it's my favorite remake of all time.
Yeah.
So number 5,
Very gory. Love all the
oh
gore.
my god, so good.
Yeah, man. They
Where
did
she's
not
cutting her
disappoint.
tongue,
Oh, I
I
know. Or where
know.
he's trying to get the
the
thing out of
needle out of his eye,
eye.
which was all done
Yes.
practically.
Eyeball stuff just like creeps me
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
I actually
I
have
have
Lou
a hard
Taylor
time with
Pucci.
teeth.
Teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was lucky enough to have Lou Taylor Pucci on an episode of my first horror movie, and he gave me a behind the scenes on how he did the needle
Mhm.
trick, and it was a magic trick because he does magic too, which I didn't know. I thought that was super dope, and it
Ooh.
was all practically done. Everything with the needle in the eye was all practical, and I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
Very cool.
yeah. So for me, number 5, Evil Dead 2013. What about you, my love?
Nice.
Well, funny enough, I also had to have an Evil Dead on my list, but it is not 2013. It's Evil Dead 2. That's
I
my,
debated between the
it's
two.
my favorite in the franchise, so I felt like I had to put that one on there.
Nice.
But I mean, you can't read the Book of the Dead and expect your girlfriend Linda to not become possessed and try to kill you.
Mhm.
Like you
Yes.
can't do it, you know. And I mean, I feel like this is the movie that we get Ash that we all love
This is
now.
definitely
Yeah,
where
this
Ash
is where
becomes
he
Ash.
like blooms.
Yeah.
Gets tough. He gets his chainsaw. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. But and it's funny. He's cocky. He gets his cocky attitude. Where in the first one, he's kind of like
A baby.
yeah, like he's
Right.
yeah, he is kind of like a baby. He, like doesn't help his friends or anything in the first one.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I had to have 2 on it because it is my favorite.
It's my favorite in the franchise too, but I like the possession angle of 2013
Yeah,
better.
no, I get it. I mean, the beginning of 2013, where the daughter, you like feel, you
Yeah.
think they kidnapped her,
Yeah.
and you like feel sorry for her, and then
I'll
she,
rip your soul out, Daddy.
yeah, but and yes,
Oh.
so cool, so good.
Yeah, love it. All right, real quick. I can fix this. Ken mows the lawn while Ashley rides along with the weed whacker. So you're flying like a
I'm good with that. Why don't we make this happen?
Right. The Taking of Deborah Logan, Fallen, Ghostbusters 2. Yes. So Ghostbusters 2 Love.
I'll just have to like ride on the back and just like get the stuff while you're
Yeah. Sinister series. Those movies are fucked up. I'm still hoping we get In Sinister at some point. They were going to do an
too.
Insidious Sinister crossover called In Sinister. And I
Yeah.
would love to see that.
That would be cool.
That's
that
a
would
great
be
one.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare on Elm Street too. Yeah.
Freddy possesses Jesse.
He does. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great choice, Nathan.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of
Everybody's
that.
agreeing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And everybody in the comments are agreeing with that one. Dice agrees. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, which I shall have a review and facts out. Oh, nice. Awesome. So make sure you guys subscribe to Dice, check out their channel, and make sure tomorrow you are checking that out because they will have a review and facts out for that tomorrow. I am very excited for that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sinister 2 is messed up. It's a messed up film, man. The mouse kill is one of the worst ever. Demons 2 is one of my favorite possession movies. I prefer it to the first.
Ooh,
have you seen the horror movie called The Terror? I have not.
I haven't seen
from
that.
1963.
Mm-mm.
No, let's check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining.
Yeah.
Ash and the Evil Dead OG was a baby girl. Ash and Evil Dead 2 was daddy.
Yeah, for sure. Groovy.
So we're up to number 4 now. That would be Coriander starting us off.
Okay. Ooh. So this one I remember watching as a kid, and it's like, what the hell is this about? It was creepy, and yeah, Serpent and the Rainbow.
Oh, very nice.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, it was an incredible movie, and it's one of those movies that when it kind of creeps you out, honestly. And
yeah,
obviously they make voodoo look like it's, anything where you practice evil, no matter what it is, voodoo, if you're a witch, it's going to be bad. If you practice something good, that's what you're going to bring forth. So, this movie totally makes you see voodoo in a bad way, And yeah, it's really good.
Fantastic choice.
Yeah.
My number 4 has been brought up in the chat. Beware the Stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls. Love this movie. Dead Silence. I feel the way about Dead Silence like I do Pink Floyd's record, The Final Cut. And the reason it doesn't get the recognition it deserves is because it came out shortly after a masterpiece. The Final Cut was released 6 months after Pink Floyd's The Wall. So people were still on The Wall at this point. So nobody checked out The Final Cut, which is, in my opinion, the best Pink Floyd record of all time. And then you get the same thing with Dead Silence. People are still writing Saw.
Yeah.
And then you get Dead Silence, and people are like, yeah, but where's Jigsaw?
Right.
And we also talk about marketing. The marketing's all about a ventriloquist puppet.
Yeah, just
and it's like, it's a ventriloquist movie. The fuck it is. Like, that is not at all what this is not a Goosebumps episode. Like, this movie is smart and scary, has an amazing twist, has a dynamite score. Amazing score. And it's scary, and it's there's just so much about this movie that I love so much. It's a masterpiece, and I don't use that word very often. It is my favorite Wan film.
Yeah.
And that's saying something, because James Wan is a god, but Dead Silence is one that I adore this movie. I adore. Our very first episode of Didn't See That Coming was on that we did by ourselves was on Dead Silence. So that's how much this movie means to us. So for me, coming in at number 4 is Dead Silence.
Nice. My number 4 is The Exorcist 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, it's Brad Dourif as a Gemini killer. I think he nailed it. He did such a good job. Like almost blood chilling, like the way he put on his performance and just the way he talked, and it was awesome. And like how he was actually possessed by it wasn't actually Pazuzu that possessed him, but it was like another demon.
Right.
And but yet he like it was after he died, so he like came back and like now he's possessed. So that I thought that spin on it was pretty cool.
Mhm.
And again, this I didn't know. I can't speak. Sorry. The Exorcist 2 was horrible. So I didn't watch Exorcist 3 for the longest time. And when I did see it, it exceeded my expectations because I was like, we'll watch it, whatever. And then I watched it and I loved it. So yeah, really good. Love that movie.
Yeah.
The
it's a good
Exorcist
one.
2 definitely makes you
Yeah.
hate the Exorcist. Or The Exorcist 3 definitely makes you hate the Exorcist 2 even more.
Yeah, I
For
agree.
It's funny you guys are saying that because Knight actually likes The Exorcist too.
It's actually a guilty pleasure of mine.
Really?
I actually, and I think it's because when I saw it, I was at a
Yeah.
certain age,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, "Wow, this is all right." I mean, it's definitely the worst, of the three. There's no doubt about that. It's nowhere near 1 or 3, but I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
This is how I felt when Knight just said that.
I'm gonna get you. You hear me, Richard? You hear me, Richard?
You hear me?
I love Creep Show.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And for a brief moment, I saw murder flash through Ken's eyes.
His eye was twitching.
It was.
No, but yeah, I agree. Exorcist 3, that's a very good choice.
Thanks.
How about you, Knight? What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Conjuring.
Yes.
Nice.
It's one of those movies. It's a go-to. It's literally got everything you want in it, plus possession. It's so well done. James Wan, he knows what he's doing. It's got atmosphere. It's got tension. A great cast. Good story arc. Scary. I just love it. I love it. It's one of my favorites of all of his movies. And he, like you were saying earlier, Ken, he's got some great movies. His filmography is amazing.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Real quick before we catch up on the chat, there's something that I wanted to talk about a little bit. There is a film festival happening, Cabin Fest. Knight, you know about this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is something that Knight and I are helping with promotions and stuff. And I wanted to show you guys a little trailer here real quick. So you can see right here, it's only $35 to submit your short film. If you want to submit your short film to this festival or be able to check it out right here, they're LGBTQ plus filmmakers, Black women filmmakers, people of color filmmakers. You guys get discounts for getting your stuff in there. And all you got to do is follow Cabin in the Woods Film Festival on Instagram. It's something that Knight, I, Ashley, and Coriander are all helping out with. So it would really mean a lot to us if you guys would follow them on Instagram. Check them out. We think it's going to be a wonderful film festival. And I can't speak for Knight, Coriander, and Ashley, but I'm very, very excited to be a part of this. If we can help a film festival get going, I just think that's what we're here for in the community, is to help people.
Yeah.
So thank you, Knight. Thank you, Coriander. Thank you, Ashley, for helping with this festival as well. So like I said, make sure you guys are following them on Instagram. As long as the film, I believe they said it's under a half hour. That was the criteria, I believe.
Yeah.
As long as it's under a half
Isn't
hour.
there different like stages?
Yes, and there's different. So if you follow them on Instagram, you'll be able to submit your short film. Or if you know anybody that has a short film, or if you want to just check out the festival, make sure you follow them on Instagram. Let them know the Night Watch Zone, Sledgehammer Horror sent you over. We want to try to help promote these guys. They're wonderful people that are putting this on, and they're great friends of these channels, and we want to try to make sure things go as swimmingly as they can. And we submitted Home is Where the Haunt Is, so our short film will be a part of it. So we're very excited to be a part of this. So we did want to say, Knight, Coriander, thank you guys for all the help you're doing with the festival as well.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about it too. And of course, our good friend Lady Shasha is a part of it as well. And I think what's really cool is that it's a festival that you can go to physically or online.
Right.
You can be a part of it online and they were smart to set it up that way because they know that not everyone can travel to see Seattle is where it's being held. physically.
Yeah.
So you can enjoy it online as well. So I think it's really, really cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, hopefully you guys can check that out. Like I said, I'm gonna play that one more time for you guys so you can check it out right here. So make sure you are following Cabin in the Woods Film Fest on Instagram. So that way, June 30th is the deadline for short films. After that, there'll be more things happening. So as our lives go, we will be promoting more and more things. So make sure that you guys please give them a check out. Let them know Night Watch Zone Sledgehammer Horror sent you because we love them and we love you guys. We want us all to be connected in this big horror world.
Yep.
What was this? Damn, Ken, that's a hot take. Final Cut the best. Have to disagree. I get it, but man, there's just something about that record to me that is just so good. Hey, what's up, Cody?
Hey, Cody.
Hey.
I agree. God, I love how you guys all interact in the chat. It's so cool. Okay, no, the fuck it's not, Cal. Never mind. You guys can stop interacting. No, I'm kidding. Where's Karloff's terror? Oh, Bella. I mean, I'm going Lugosi on this one.
I have to go with Lugosi as well. Yeah.
What about you, Knight?
Too. I probably would too. I mean, you gotta love Bela Lugosi.
Boris. I think Boris is fantastic. But
Yeah, but
Lugosi is just sexy, man.
yeah.
He is.
What about you,
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah, I agree with all you guys.
And for once, we all agree on something here. Damn, I feel bad I don't. Jason Goes, Nightmare 2, and Malignant. No, I mean, those are all good. Yeah, under a half an hour. Yep. Go to Cabin in the Woods Film Fest on Instagram. After Halloween ends, you know Jason's got this. I actually knew it after Halloween 1.
Those are fighting words right there.
Wow.
Love you guys. So we're on our top 3 now, and my number 3 is actually the favorite in the franchise so far. And that's Insidious Chapter 2. I love the first Insidious film. Don't get me wrong. But Chapter 2, Patrick Wilson does something to me in this film, man.
Just the way he can flip it.
Yeah. And the part where one of my favorite moments in the whole Insidious franchise is when they have the dice. And he's like, why don't you ask your dice what I have behind my back? And he's like, what's the Black Bride's name? Parker Crane.
Parker Crane. Yeah.
He's like, what does Parker Crane have behind his back? And he drops the dice and it says knife, and then he attacks at that moment. Like that moment of watching Patrick Wilson be able to turn it on from Mr. Charisma to being dark and scary. Like that to me is just amazing. And I love the story of Parker Crane. And
he was like
he never had a chance in life.
No,
never did. And his mother, I think, is the real villain of the story.
I think that whole backstory about Parker Crane is just it. I like how they put that in there. It's sad, but
what is your name? You know, and she's slapping like, oh, it's such a terrible thing.
Horrible.
Especially when a lot of people, you have transgender people, you have, people that's who they are.
Yeah.
You cannot force someone to be that just as much as you can't force someone not to be that.
Right.
So to watch that happen, you're a girl trying to force someone to be something they're not, that's not okay either way.
Right.
If that's who you are, it's who you are. That's how you were born. If it's not who you are, you can't change to be that.
Yeah.
It's just, that's
right.
I always say, be who you are.
Yeah. Rocket science.
Just be who you are.
Like our daughter,
Right.
I was like, I don't care what you identify as, because to me, you identify as my daughter, period. Bottom line, everything else doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Nothing else in this world matters what you do. You could kill someone and that'd help you bury the body. And the whole time I tell you how fucking stupid you were for getting me in this mess. But nothing's going to ever change the way I love you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Especially who you fall in love with.
It's called
Rocket science.
Right.
I know. It seems crazy to love someone for who they are. Holy shit. Anyway, what's behind your back, Parker Crane? Insidious Chapter 2 for me.
Good one.
Mine's actually Insidious 1.
The first one.
The first one, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's it's not your house, it's your son. So this is one that I had trouble with the different. I was gonna put it on the house.
Elise
on
tells
the-
you it's
Yeah.
not the house that's haunted, it's your kid.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll put this one on the possession instead of the haunted house list. But I love this movie. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. You know, not only with the jump scares and everything, but like the terror of them not knowing what's going on with their son. He's in this coma and no one knows why. All these tests are coming back. He's normal. Like there's nothing, we don't know why he's in this coma. Like that, that's scary. That's real life scare right there. So and Patrick Wilson is amazing. He's amazing. He plays an amazing father figure, and yeah, it's a good one.
It's one of those things too where with these movies, I love the fact that we're finally getting the continuation of the lipstick face demon.
I know.
Yeah, we finally get to see Meth Mall and what happens to them. So I'm very excited about that. Hopefully we get some more Tiny Tim.
Heck yeah.
We got to. We have to.
I would love
to.
Wow. Do that again.
She has to hear that every night.
The look on her face says it all. She's just like, when is this moment gonna end?
Yeah, pretty much.
I want to go home now
by myself.
Oh.
So what about you, Knight? What's your number 3?
Number 3, you know, we've talked about it. I had to have it on my list. I went with Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2, man. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those movies that it's iconic. It was, you know, Ash just taking the top of the stage and just owning it. Bruce Campbell's amazing. What can I say? I mean, and it's such a great mixture of, you know, the horror and you got the slapstick. I mean, Sam Raimi, just thinking about how his career started off and where he was at that point and then where he is even today, it's just amazing, you know. And this movie definitely was a big part of that. So it's probably it's my favorite in the franchise too. It really really is.
You said Evil Dead 2, right?
Yeah.
If we're talking about an overall film, I would say Evil Dead 2 is my favorite in the franchise as well. The first fan script that Ash and I ever wrote is a sequel to Evil Dead 2 that takes place 30 years after the events of Evil Dead 2. That's the first fan script that we wrote.
Nice.
So when it comes to when I looked at these movies, I looked at just from like the possession angle. So from the possession side of things, I just think 23. I feel like I got to justify myself because of how much I love Evil Dead 2. Like I feel like I'm slapping Evil Dead 2. I know.
Wow.
I know. Like,
you call yourself an Evil Dead 2 fan.
Henrietta's going to come out of my fucking wine.
She's going to
send my fruit cellar.
She's going to get you.
So, great choice, man. I absolutely love Evil Dead 2. I can't argue.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a great flick, man.
Yeah.
So what about you, Corey? What's your bronze medal?
So my number 3 is Insidious.
Nice.
The first one?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And it's a creepy ass movie. And if my kid ever got possessed, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'd do, honestly, because
it's not the house, it's your son. No, it's both. I'm leaving.
I know, like that.
Right? I felt so bad for the family.
it's a rough movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the part where like Josh Patrick Wilson, like he's not believing any of it until he's like talking to him by the bedside and like that drawing falls.
The drawing.
Yeah, and he, you know, he looks at it and he's like, okay, let's do this. Like finally he like believes
great acting.
in them. Yeah, for sure. He did great.
Just the way he's like, come on, buddy, please give me something.
Like you feel it. Like you feel it. Like, please just what's going on with you?
That was one of my favorite didn't see that coming episodes we've ever done.
That was a good one.
Actually, I don't even know if that's released yet. No. Did we actually release that one yet? No. That July 7th. That comes out.
Next month.
Yep. And what I will say, I gotta say this, that's the day that Insidious the Red Door comes out. That's why it was released.
That's cool.
Oh, we did that on purpose. Oh, it's like, dang, we're good.
Actually, no, we didn't do it on purpose because we release them the first Friday of every month. So yeah, that was just ironic.
That's funny.
In the episode, Ashley did hand draw that drawing, and it's in the background of our episode when we do it.
It's a little kid drawing.
I
Like,
don't give
how
a-
hard is that?
Extremely. My stick figures have uneven legs.
Aw.
Yeah, but we actually put it in the background of the episode. I came home from work and she's like, "What do you think of this for the episode?" And I almost cried. I was like, "That's the most beautiful shit ever." I still have it hanging. on my
I
fridge.
copied a child drawing.
I throw away my children's art to put that up on the fridge.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I want to see it now.
We gotta. I'm gonna. I'll DM you tonight, Corey.
All right.
I still have
Thank
it.
you.
Swear to God.
She's gonna be like,
I
"Oh,
believe you. No.
Great choice with Insidious. So, are you guys going to be seeing The Red Door when it comes out?
Oh
I
yeah,
hope so.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it, man. I can't
me
wait to
neither.
see it.
I'm excited.
Mm.
One of my favorite, or my most anticipated movies of the year so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
absolutely.
nice.
And Patrick Wilson directing it. So I'm
Directed it.
really,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for him.
Yes,
Me
me
too.
too.
Is this like his first movie that he directed, or?
His directorial debut.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
very
Yeah,
nice.
very, very excited about that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we will catch up on the chat real quick. Oh, Ashton, no,
Thank you, Ashton.
no, don't encourage
Thanks,
bad
Ashton.
behavior. Halloween is a little overrated. Part 2 and H2O is better.
I mean, I like H2 and part 2, but
think
I don't
part-
think it's overrated.
I think part 2 is boring. Boring.
Ooh.
Apparently, Patrick Wilson does something. You know what's even better when you have a guy with a sack on his head running around killing people. At least it's exciting.
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson does
Yeah.
something to a lot of people.
Nice.
No.
I'm gonna sleep on the couch tonight.
Yeah, you are.
Uh,
Sack over your head.
I agree.
See how
Sam.
cool sacks over your head are then.
Yeah, that was good. That was
She
good.
got me. She got me. I can't even. Halloween ends over. Okay, Halloween ends is over a bunch in my opinion. Honestly, I think it's right in the middle of the road for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't really dislike Halloween, guys. Like I just like to fuck with her because it's her favorite. I mean, the first one's boring as shit.
It's not
but,
appreciated, Ken.
Casper.
What?
Oh, number 4.
Did you just say that the?
Boys.
Did you just say
What?
that the first Halloween was boring?
Oh, so boring. So boring.
Aw.
Wow.
The music
okay.
cues are great. The suspense is good, but there's times where I'm like, do something.
Wow.
Really?
Are you
Now,
serious?
here's a
Wow.
question. Here's a question. What do you think of Black Christmas? The original Black
Love it.
Christmas.
I love it.
No, wait.
You know,
No, Black Christmas
see-
isn't any more fast paced than Halloween.
Exactly.
Here's why. Honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. This is why I think Halloween is boring, and this is not me being funny. It's me being serious. I grew up.
Okay.
My parents owned a video store, and so I was in
Right.
the horror section all the time, and I was watching, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, Child's Play. I'm watching all these movies that are, lots of gore and stabbing and
Oh, hold on. The first Friday the 13th is boring also. Like there's not very much killing.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of making coffee, like
I learned how to make coffee. But
but not good.
Like,
We've had this argument
I didn't-
before. Your coffee making is
Oh,
weak. It's
just
weak.
stop.
It takes hair
Oh.
off your chest. We've already talked
Grounded.
about this before.
Grounded. The first I hadn't seen the first Halloween until I was probably 11 years old.
Well, that is child abuse.
Oh.
And by that time I had already watched all these Friday the 13th, all these Chuckies, and then I watched this and I'm like, is he gonna do something? And it's like he stabbed a guy and hung him on the wall. I was like, that was cute.
He does.
You
It's,
know.
it's called art.
But
Okay.
then it's just like I'm watching Jason shoot a harpoon gun. I'm watching Freddy
Not in
turn
the
his
first
hands
one. You hold
into-
up. You did not see that in the first one.
Okay, well, let's talk about Halloween 4
You-
when Michael starts stabbing people,
you-
or Halloween 6 when Michael is stabbing
Wow.
people, or Halloween 2018 when Michael is stabbing people.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Be original, bro.
He was original. He started it all. He
Boringly.
started it.
Yeah, and then
There
people
Oh my
were-
goodness.
There would be no Jason without Michael.
Anyway,
That is
I
true
always
because even Victor Miller said our mandate
ripped them
was to
off.
rip off Halloween.
He did.
my
He
thing
was
is,
like,
though,
they're
like,
making money. Let's make that money
I just
too.
thought,
That's right.
especially at a younger age, Halloween was boring after I had watched all these other,
Yeah.
slasher films. And then I
I
watch
can
Halloween.
understand
And
that.
as an 11-year-old, I'm not watching for the cinematography. I'm not watching for
Right, right,
things
right,
like that. I want to see graphic kills. I want to see stuff like that. And I got to see
right.
boobies, which I was like, yay! But then I was like, he's still stabbing people.
That's what you
Is he
stabbing
going to do
people.
something else?
That-
Oh, he choked a girl. That was cool. What's he going to do next? He stabbed him. Okay.
Okay, but what about when he was under the sheet and he tricked them? She thought it was Bob. Like,
That's your defense?
Yes!
He got into a Charlie Brown Halloween costume.
he tricked her.
Oh my god.
He's smart. He's smart.
Yeah, if he was so smart, why couldn't he beat Busta Rhymes?
He Busta Rhymes didn't kill him.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Busta Rhymes never killed him though.
Dangertainment.
Dangertainment.
We better get more Tiny Tim in the Red Door. Again, I
We
don't
have to.
as I've gotten older, I've also said I think that of the big three,
Mhm.
Michael is the scariest
He is.
because he's the most realistic. He's your neighbor that just snapped and went crazy.
He's your neighbor that was born evil. That just was born
Right.
a killer.
But with
He has
Black
no
Christmas,
conscience.
No.
right? With Black Christmas, I watched that and I laughed a lot watching the first Black Christmas for the first time because I found out what fellatio was, and I was like, "Oh, they said that." And like I love even as a kid, I loved Jess Bradford. I thought she was so strong.
I agree with that.
And so
I
badass.
like Black
and
Christmas too.
she wasn't gonna let this guy tell her what she could do. Like I grew up with a single
Right.
mom, so shit like that, like it was cool.
Yeah.
Like to
Right,
see
right.
that,
I
you know,
agree.
so.
I agree.
That was dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I'm not trying to be a dick. I just, Halloween's
How do
not
we-
as good as Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it is. It's better.
Hey, Nathan, or hey, I'm so used to saying Nathan. Hey, Ashton. I won't work.
Because it doesn't want you to get out of it.
How about that, buddy?
What?
That was not a kid. That was Corey Feldman. Okay, that wasn't just some kid. All right. I will agree with this. No, don't do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Terrible movie.
Not good.
Nope.
See, yeah, but that kid was smart and awesome. Huh? What? So we're up to number two.
He was smart. I'll
Touch
give him
my
credit.
leg.
You want to give us your number two?
Yeah. My number two, Sinister. I think
Ooh.
we all had this on our list, or just about all of
Yeah.
us had this on our list.
Mhm.
So I think we talked about it, but it's a very disturbing movie, and just
Yeah.
the way
Mhm.
that they use innocent children, I think that makes it even scarier when you use the innocent to to be the killer, or
Yeah.
it makes it scarier in my opinion. And
Good choice.
Bagul, like I think he looks creepy too, where you always see him like in the background just watching. It's
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah. It's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
What about you, Knight? What's your silver medal?
In second place, I've got The Shining. I mean, look, man, there was no way this was not gonna be on my list. I mean, come on. It's like anyone that has watched the channel, they know.
Mhm.
It's just a fantastic movie. I won't rant, but I just love this movie so much. It's got so much atmosphere. You feel cold when you're watching it. Just from the way that the setting is presented to you, the way the camera work. I mean, Stanley was just a perfectionist, in doing this movie, and I just love it, man. I love it so much. It doesn't get old for me either, and I've seen this movie a lot of times.
Yeah.
I just want to
agree.
know how she was able to keep that cigarette ash that long.
That was talent, bro. Shelley had talent.
talent.
Yeah.
She did not move her hand. She
I
couldn't move.
I quit smoking because I wasn't able to perfect the long ash.
Yeah. That's why. No, but it's like that isolation feeling. Like
Yeah, you
helpless.
really felt. Yeah, you really felt like these people were like the only people on the planet. 'Cause they were just so far removed, and
For sure.
what a scary thing, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great choice. How about you, Coriander?
Okay, so I have The Exorcist 3.
Nice.
I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, I wasn't a fan of 2, unlike Night up there.
I like how she's
Um,
trying to crack on me about that, and you should know some of the movies that she likes
I'm
to
not.
watch.
We're learning everyone's dirty little
Oh
secret.
gosh.
See, we came here to talk about movies. We ended with couples counseling.
Oh my god.
He's
Well,
over
No.
she's trying to like
cracking up
crack on
Michael
me.
Myers.
I know it's a horrible movie. All I
I'm
said was
not
is that
cracking on
it's
you.
one of those movies.
I'm just pointing out that you're, an individual who likes it. That's all.
No,
That's it.
boo.
That's funny.
But anyway, yeah. This movie was great and it was already mentioned, so I don't want to repeat what was said. So yeah, there you
Nice.
go.
That's
All right.
awesome.
I like it.
My number 2 is The Exorcist 3 as
All
well.
right.
Ah, cool.
I love this movie. Not only is it my favorite in that franchise, it's probably one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Mhm.
It has everything
Nice.
in it that I love. There's genuine funny moments in this movie. The scares are real.
The
jump scare
long
is
jump
amazing.
Scare.
The
Yes.
practical effects with the face on the wall is
Mhm.
amazing. Brad Dourif is just so fucking phenomenal as the Gemini killer.
Yeah. So he doesn't get possessed by Pazuzu. Who is it that he gets possessed
No,
by?
it is the
Pazuzu.
No, the Gemini killer is possessing Father Karras.
Oh. But the Gemini killer is possessed.
No, he is the Gemini killer. The Gemini killer is possessing him.
Possessing him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
So I smell what you're cooking.
Yeah.
But it's a movie that I just like, and like I said, like Ashley said earlier, watching this made me hate 2 even more because we went for something like I watched 2 and I refused to watch 3. Like I had friends like, yo, you need to watch Exorcist 3. I was like, yo, I thought we were on good terms. Why would you wish something so stupid on me?
Oh no.
I ended up watching it and I fell in love with it. And like
we
we instantly bought it on Blu-ray right after we had streamed it. We were like, we got to own this. I got to watch the special features on this film. And it's a movie to this day that I just think I could put this in at any time. And like the old woman on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Is so good.
That was a
Yep.
great scene.
That was the creepiest. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, when he realizes that his daughter's in danger and he's trying to get home to his daughter, like that's another scene. Or like all the blood was drained from their bodies. You know, like it's just so it's a police procedural. Like there's just so much about this film that I really, really love. So yeah, number 2 for me is The Exorcist 3. So
Good job.
we will catch up on the chat real quick before we go into our number 1. Nathan has The Exorcist, Case 39.
Well, that was a
Child's
good one.
Play 1. Yeah. The Evil Dead series, The Exorcist. I know your secret. That's awesome. Number 1 on the long ass list, Bob Geldof in The Wall. Very nice. Conjuring 2. Guys, make sure you subscribe. We are almost at the end of the list, so make sure you're subscribing tonight. And if you haven't subscribed here, please do. It really helps the channels more than you know.
Yeah.
I love the number 23.
That was a good one too, man. Jim Carrey.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie.
I've
Had a lot
never
of fun
seen
with
it.
It's a good one.
It's yeah.
Jim
I'm
Carrey
not like the
plays
biggest
role
Jim
really
Carrey
well.
fan. Yeah.
He's not Jim Carrey in this movie.
That's right.
he
Totally different.
Doesn't play a Jim Carrey role for sure.
2 movies I recommend to people that are not Jim Carrey fans that I think they might still like are the number 23 and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Eternal
Mind.
Sunshine, yeah.
Both of
Pretty
those
good
are
too.
fucking phenomenal movies. Great films. Number 1 on a the long cigarette ash. All right, so we are up to our number 1 now, and starting this off will be The Beautiful Night.
All right. So look, man, this was pretty much, I don't want to sound cliche about it, but I'm just gonna say it. I did The Exorcist. Okay. I mean, this movie, bro, when I first saw this movie, it messed me up as a kid. And it was so crazy because before I saw it, I had seen it on TV first. And they would do like little, commercials, on Friday night, the classic that scared America, blah, blah, blah. And they would just show little bits and pieces. Even when Father Merrin is getting out of the taxi and just walking, and that light is shining down. It was just so many great moments. But when I watched it, I loved the story.
Yeah.
Like, and it had so many layers to it. You know, Karis losing his faith and dealing with his mother and you know her medical issues, and then when she passes and his guilt, and obviously Reagan, and you know they're trying to figure out, is this just something medical, and it all culminates into that last act where it's like, okay, now we're dealing with the big time here. And it was just the way William Friedkin shot the film. It has this gritty documentary type of vibe to it. To this day, it's still powerful to me. You know what I mean? And it's really one of those movies that I'll just never forget. And part of that is probably because I did see it at a younger age, but it's just a well done movie. And I don't care, you know, what genre you put it up against. It's just a well made movie. And yeah, had to have it at number one.
Nice.
See, and what you just talked about a moment that I've always said is one of the most underrated moments in the first movie. And that's when he's out running and he sees his mom, you know, and you get the Pazuzu flash. You know, like that whole scene is just so heartbreaking.
Yes.
You know, that's a genuine sad scene in the film.
It is. You really felt for him.
Yes, and I would have included that on my list, but I always limit myself to one per franchise. So I had to go with 3 because that is my favorite in the franchise. But I'll always contend that The Exorcist is the scariest movie I've ever seen. For the time in my life that I had seen it for the first time, that was the scariest movie I had ever seen.
All the things that it was doing when it came out, you know, people were fainting and vomiting, and it just had it. It was crazy.
We told this story last week, so I'm sorry for people that were here last week, but this is just so funny to me whenever we talk about The Exorcist. I tell a story. I was reading this interview with Ellen Bernstein, and she was talking about how she went to the theater to watch the movie when it came out, and a lady in the theater had passed out, and she went over to help, and she was like, "Well, I might not want to help because if the first thing this lady sees when she wakes up is my face,
right,
it probably won't be a good thing."
Yes.
You know, so. That's a story that's always stuck with me because I think it's just so funny. Like, imagine like you faint because you're so scared, and you wake up and the thing is right in front of your face.
Like,
are you okay?
Yeah. Right? That would be so freaking creepy. Yeah,
that would be.
So, what about you, Coriander? What's your number one?
So this is my favorite one out of the franchise, and it is The Evil Dead 2.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, Ash kicks so much ass in this movie. I love, he gets his chainsaw.
Yes.
And I mean, the first movie, I mean, he was getting his ass kicked, and it was throughout the whole thing. So it just it never really stuck with me like the second one did, and it's a fun movie, and
I love the moment in the second one. We talk about scenes that are underrated that don't get talked about, but when he's looking in the mirror and he touches it and it's the water.
Yeah.
Like the way they shot that scene was by shining the bright lights on his face, and like what a fantastic scene. Fantastic scene.
Yep.
So for people that know me, this probably is not a surprise. My number one is not from the Child's Play franchise. I know that a lot of people thought I was going to have Child's Play at number one. I look at that more as a slasher film than a possession film. That's why I did not include that on my list. Is it a possession film? Yes. Technically, you can count it as that. But I'm going by how possession films made me feel. That's why my number one is the second scariest movie I've ever seen. 2020's The Dark and the Wicked. I love The Dark and the Wicked. This movie... I'm sure people in the chat are so tired of hearing me talk about The Dark and the Wicked, but
I haven't seen that, so I'm curious.
Coriander. I was 35 years old. It was like 1 p.m, and I was like, Ashley, we can open the blinds a little bit. That's cool. You know, I wouldn't bother me too bad to have some more light in here. We watched it right after my mother's passing, so that might have a bit of reason why it affected me the way it did. But it's such a good movie. It's scary. It's Brian Bertino did the film Coriander, the same guy that did The Strangers. And he just has a way of making the suspense last. There's no jump scare to break the tension. There's no laughing to break the tension. It's just a lingering anxiety, lingering suspense. And you're like, please let something happen to break this fucking tension, please. And they're like, no, it's cool. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Wow.
So it is streaming on the Dark and the Wicked.
The Dark and the Wicked is streaming on the Dark and the Wicked.
It is streaming on Shudder. It's a Shudder original.
Okay.
Again, I cannot recommend The Dark and the Wicked enough. I adore this film. It's just it blew my mind. I never thought a movie could scare me again. I thought I was past that point. I thought that it was to the point to where I'm desensitized to horror.
Are you like hard to scare?
No.
Hell
no.
Okay.
I am the jolliest person in the world.
I
do not.
hear him all the time.
I don't go to haunted houses.
Oh my god, that's
I make him
hilarious.
go to haunted houses.
But like when it comes to movies, nothing scares me.
Yeah.
Like in real life, Ken, scared all the time.
Yeah.
Jump scared all the time.
I literally try. It's fun. Like I try
gets me all
to
the time.
scare him.
Pisses me off.
Yes, it's so much.
Pisses me
Do you
off.
have like one of those high screamed pitches?
Oh man,
Here's a story.
that's getting a little personal.
This is a true story. So on top, I don't like being scared, but something I don't like more
He doesn't like anything fun.
than
Like
being scared is
roller coasters.
roller coasters.
Oh,
Or swimming
man.
or anything that's fun.
I love roller coasters.
I do too.
We are within pissing distance of a place called Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
There it is.
And
Yeah.
we went to Cedar Point, and Ashley was like, "Hey, let's do these roller coaster things." And I was like, "I think they're scary." She's like, "You'll be fine." So we go on this ride called the Mantis.
And it's like you like sit on a bicycle seat. Like you don't fully sit down and you're
Oh
strapped
man.
like over
Yeah,
your
I've been on
shoulder.
Screw that.
Yeah.
So you go up the hill, and you get to the top of the hill, and you start to go down, and there's a body of water underneath
yeah,
you.
and it like twists.
And you like
kinda.
twist, and we got stuck right here.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I was like,
For a
Hold on.
good probably 10 minutes.
I was
We were
just looking at
stuck.
Ashley. I was like, "It's a fucking roller coaster."
We were
It'd be
stuck
fun.
like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And so when the ride
When the
started
ride
back
started-
up, it felt like you were almost falling like into the water.
And I'm telling
And
you,
Dang.
we're strapped in it,
And
how are we
heard-
gonna get out?
I heard this scream, and it was like the most blood curdling, scariest, high pitched, monstrous scream I had ever heard in my life. And
No,
I
it was
turned
like a little
around
girl scream.
to look and realized it was me. That was making the noise.
Oh my god.
Because I thought we were going to fall.
And be stuck in
Wow.
this thing and not
Yeah.
be able to get out of the
And I
water.
literally was like, genuine and real.
And then
like,
I was embarrassed. I was like, yeah, that was my boyfriend that was screaming. Everyone at the whole park.
I was just sitting there like,
Hilarious.
where did that come from?
I was like,
Who did that?
Did you scream? No, I farted. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Yes, I am the most easily scared person unless it's movies. Like movies, I don't get scared when it comes to movies, but The Dark and the
Yeah.
Wicked got me.
but yeah, there's some that
Nice.
get your anxiety going though.
Some get my anxiety going,
Yeah.
but nothing got me like The Dark and the Wicked did.
Right. That's
Like
true.
The Dark and
Nice.
the Wicked had me like, okay, I might have to pause this and take
Yeah.
a breath and like go for a
Right.
walk, like, compose myself, like
Mm.
because there was a lot of
Wow.
emotion. Like I said, I had just lost my mother too,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
that is a theme in the film in a way.
Mm.
So like there was a little bit of that going on too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was a lot of personal reasons why it affected me the way it did, but nonetheless,
It's still very
it fucking
it's still
scared me.
heavy, very eerie.
Yes.
Yes.
And you don't get to you don't see the,
Yeah, don't
Coriander.
don't
We'll talk
ruin it. Don't
after.
ruin it.
I would love, honestly, I would love for you or Knight to DM me after you guys watch it. Text me, call me, let me know
Let
what
you know
what you think of it, because
Yeah.
it would really mean a lot to
Okay.
me. Your guys, even if you're like, yo, Ken, seriously, bro, what the fuck? I would just love to know what you guys think. It would really mean a lot to me. I feel like this movie's my child. Like that's how much I talk this movie.
You
Like,
do. You do.
I
Yeah.
would love to know
Wow.
your guys' opinion on the film.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
We
Mhm.
have one more number one to get to.
Yeah. So you may not have had Child's Play on your list, but I do.
Which one?
Ooh.
I did number one, Child's Play
OG.
one. Yeah, because I mean that's where Charles Lee Ray, he does all his voodoo stuff
The whole thing.
most.
I'll say the whole thing revolves around voodoo and possession.
And yeah, and he
That's
possesses
right.
Val. He tries to possess Andy.
Yeah.
It's totally possession. Yeah, is it a slasher first? Yes, but there is possession aspects to it. And Child's Play is my second favorite franchise, so I had to add it.
It's a fucking good franchise.
Nice.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Okay.
I could have put Child's Play on the list, but I wanted to steer away from, because I talk about Child's Play, it seems like on every single live we do.
I like it.
It's my favorite. So
I
I'm
like
always
it,
trying to
so.
include it. Haunted House, Curse of Chucky.
You didn't.
There you go.
So real quick, guys, we'll catch up on the chat. Oh yeah, They Live. Such a good movie.
I
Love it.
Yes.
Came here to chew
One of my
bubblegum.
favorites.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Love They Live. Just rewatched a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Looks like Jason's winning our poll still, as he should. Hey, what's up, Cody?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Child's Play slasher. Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite franchise. I just
Yeah.
never heard of The Dark and the Wicked. Apocalypse. Wow, it is on Shudder. Again, I cannot recommend it enough. I love this movie so much. Yeah, if you guys watch it, please DM me, Instagram, Twitter. DM Ashley on the Sledgehammer Horror Facebook. Let us know what you think of The Dark and the Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
I love Maximum Overdrive. Is it a great horror movie? No, but is it a lot of fun? Honey, this machine just called me an asshole. I love that.
It's a great. It's a good time.
Yeah, Hereditary, so good. It's The Dark and the Wicked. Can't give it enough praise. Totally understood. Let's get one more clip in here since we got one more donation. Well, we got another donation, Ash. You know what that means?
What's that mean?
We can handle shit.
I'm TS motherfucking A. We handle shit.
Never. One. Ash and I were lucky enough to see a screening of Hereditary, and the moment that it happened, the whole theater was just. I got goosebumps right now. Never had a moment like that in my life, ever.
Yeah, man.
I got a question for y'all. Who would win, 2018 Myers or Rob Zombie's Myers? I'm going
2018.
I'm going
2018.
Zombies.
I gotta go with 2018, man.
I feel like 2018 Michael Myers is so brutal. Like he just goes there. I have to go with 2018.
I'm going to go with Zombies. I like Tyler Mane. I think he was one of the best Myers that we've had. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the zombie movies, I think that Tyler Mane was a fantastic Michael Myers. What about you, Corey?
I've been sitting here thinking about it. I mean, you've got one that's a giant, and you've got, and I mean, he was pretty brutal himself. And yeah, you've got one who's, I mean, yeah, James Jude was great as Michael. He's probably one of my favorites. So I'm gonna have to go 2018.
It's cool being a loner.
Good for you. Good for you.
You are.
I'm sorry.
I was about to say, man, because James is no joke. I mean,
he's great.
Yeah.
Halloween 2018 is my second or third favorite in the franchise, honestly.
It was really good.
My top three in the Halloween franchise, honestly, are 3, H2O, and 2018. Those are my three favorites in the whole franchise. So I love James Jude, but I think as Michael, I thought that Tyler was just a little more brutal for me. And he killed rapists.
Was brutal.
I like that.
He was. And he was a giant.
Yeah,
huge. He was.
The Dark and the Wicked. Yes, we're getting more love for The Dark and the Wicked. Yeah, Troy. There you go. Troy gifted a membership to Dice. Thank you, Troy.
Nice, thanks.
Cool. You screwed up going on that. Yeah, I did. That roller coaster was a bad day in Kennytown. Don't feel bad, man. Yeah,
we haven't been back since.
Yeah, done.
We were like teenagers.
See, my thighs and arms would have been so clenched the whole time. I would have gotten off that ride looking like an Arnold.
Yeah.
Hello, what happened? It was terrible.
I think every part of you was clenched.
Yeah.
Tightly.
Now that I'm older, I think I could I think I could do roller coasters now more than I could do like spinny shit.
Let's go to Cedar Point then.
Nah, we're good.
I knew you were going to
This was even before Final Destination 3 when this happened, showing our age. But it was before Final Destination 3 when this roller coaster thing happened.
We weren't even we didn't have kids then.
No. Yeah. So over 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure. Yeah, no thanks.
Wow.
Child's Play 1 is my favorite horror movies of all time. Very nice. Yeah, Final Destination 3. Friday the 13th, your first favorite franchise, right, Ashley? Not boring all Halloween?
Nathan, you better stop it. I thought we were friends, Nathan.
Yeah,
the disrespect.
I know.
There's an old as hell coaster at a place called Lakeside Amusement Park that I've been to. It's a wooden and rickety as shit. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Yeah, oh, hey, Patrick Swayze's Ghost. What a great movie.
Those old wooden roller coasters. Yeah, like your head bangs.
Oh,
like, it's horrible.
yeah.
Oh,
You
it
get a
gives me
headache when you're done.
Yes.
The Thing for me.
Other than Halloween, what is your favorite John Carpenter movie?
The Thing.
I think I'll have to go with The Thing too. I really like
Prince of Darkness is up there though. Night.
It is, bro. I love Prince of Darkness, but I would say The Thing as well because that's just perfection,
I enjoy
man.
The Thing.
Yeah.
One of the most underrated scores of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Dun, dun.
Yeah.
And the jump scares
Dun, dun.
in that one.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Corey?
Jeez. Yeah, I think I'll go with. I'm gonna go be a follower. I'm gonna say The Thing.
Hard not to. It's one of the best horror movies ever made.
It is.
It
man.
is.
It's so good, man. I mean,
Yep. And we just
everything
watched it the
about
other
it.
night.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Jennifer's Body, Evil Dead 2, and Exorcist round out my tops. Very good. I thought that too, Nathan. We the ones. Hold on. I hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. He uses a huge wrestling guy. Yep, that's Tyler Maine.
Yeah.
I like the theatrical version a lot more. Cedar Point is my wife and I's goal. We are coaster enthusiasts. Troy, if you go, hit me up and I'll go and we'll go together.
Come on, Troy. Let's do this. Let's get him on a roller coaster.
Yeah, The Thing. Vampires.
Oh, there you go.
The Thing. You got to check it out, buddy.
The Thing is great.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. It really is.
All right, guys. So we do want to say thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Kings Island is dope. I've been there too. I do like Kings Island. The roller coasters aren't as big, and the one big one is in the trees, so you can't see how big it is until you get on it, and then you poop your pants. So that's cool. But I do want to say, guys, thank you everybody in the chat for coming out and showing love, and we really appreciate you guys every week that you're here. It really means a lot to us. Next week we will not have guests.
Nope.
Because next week is just going to be Ashley and I live, and what we're going to be doing next week is ranking all 33 movies in the Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th franchise from 33 all the way up to number 1. And I will say, I was completely honest.
I just feel like it's going to be a fight the entire time.
Oh, probably.
Probably.
In my top 10, I have 3 movies from one franchise, 3 movies from another franchise, and 4 movies from a franchise. So I kept this very even. I went by, like I said, I joke around about Halloween a lot, but I really tried to keep it so that it was honest. And I have 3 movies from one. I'm not going to say which franchises. 3 from one, 3 from another, 4 from one. Halloween did a lot better in this than I thought it would. That's all.
So
I'm gonna say.
I have 5 from one franchise, 3 from one franchise,
and 2 from another.
Yep.
Okay. I'm very excited for that one, guys. So like I said, we're ranking all of them. That'll be next week. So I hope you guys can make it out to that. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed to the Night Watch Zone.
Yes.
Please make sure you're following them on social media because we love them. And you guys should too, because they're fucking amazing people and they're good content creators, but they're great people. They're, as amazing as their content is, the character of the human beings is even better. So
yes.
Night Coriander, please don't go
the
anywhere. She gives me cue cards.
Stop it.
Night Coriander, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody in the chat, we again want to say thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us. We hope to see you guys next week. But until then, keep talking horror,
Stay who you are.
and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.